Shazam! Hey everyone, we're back. We're going to do at least, I think we're going to finish this off. We got Bronco. I'm trying to do GT for GT Heritage Edition. And I am almost way too far away. And a rarity for my channel, I'm going to wear the same shirt from the last stream, but that was only because it was a couple hours ago. Okay, no biggies there. Still cold though. It was really cold out. I'm not kidding. Had the evil Burger King. I was craving it. Hadn't had it in a while. So here's hoping I don't end up with any issues. I'm really afraid to bend that. I need to order some more. I do need to order some more. Hey, I call it the Superman piece. Put this under the minifigs and so that they can do their little jumps and flippity flops or whatever they're going to do. So I don't know if I put this in right. We'll see. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Okay. So I still think it's right. We'll see in a moment. Might have a guest. My esteemed colleague, Kevin Creamer, might be joining us. If you can, that would be appreciated. I'll put the headset in if he is come by. Otherwise, I don't want to put it on. Okay, so it's a little... This might take a little tweaking for that to fit and work right. I really feel that could have been done differently. Like, really, honestly, like, that seems odd. That curved front, I'm not sure if that was the best way to do it. Just checking out what everything looks like here. Making sure you guys are getting a good experience. Oh, that's so weird. I'm watching myself full screen for the first time. Exit full screen. Actually, I want to see something. If I do that, let me hide chat. Chat's not even visible. In full screen mode, new private chat messages will appear in the corner of the screen. You can turn this off if you're sharing this screen with others. Okay, this is a new experience. So I really need one of you guys to speak up and to see if this is working. All right. So everyone, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all of them, because I'm on my channel in 2 groups. Come say hi so I can make sure this is working. Because right now I can't tell. But if it is, this is actually pretty cool. It's a little weird to see me blown up, but I've always got it smallish. So this is not bad. And what I will do is check back in a moment, just because I'm not convinced this is working. That I should do. Just, oh, and my package is going to be delivered Monday, so here's hoping. Okay, so I don't see squat. Okay, so I don't see squat. Okay, well, we can turn that down. So as cool as that was, that didn't work as good as I'd hoped. Yeah, when I see that, I don't get to see the chat. Hey, let's see. So Kevin's around. Say hello to Hobby Hooligan. Rosalind's back. Crayon Bricks. Shazam. Greg's back. Audio's okay. Awesome. Thank you. It's just that, let's see, what's a good way to show? I'll show you. And what we'll do is, so I'm not giving away anything here. This is not a big deal. So, and so this is how you guys look to me. I know it's a little blurry. This thing won't focus on the phone. So that's what I look at. That's my panel. And then one side where you see you guys have chatted, that's all the chats for everything. So if anyone's on Twitch, Twitter, anything that has chat capability, I see it all condensed in one. Now, what I try to do is I have a full screen mode. And I'll leave your message up for a moment, just for context. Now, if I could, let's see. This is so weird. Now, if I could leave that up, that'd be great. But no chat shows up at all. Even though if I run my mouse over it, there is a chat function. Now, I could say show chat, but it didn't show me. Ideally, I would love to have both. I mean, there's gimmicks I can do to make that bigger anyway, but because I wanted to check the focus. Because as a streamer, I'll never be 100% sure what you can see and can't see. I can run on the TV, but it's still, it's not the best way for me to see. Beep, 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 beep. Just turn it. I really got to get back. That's just Facebook bugging me. I got to get back to having another stand for that other camera. So I can have my cell phone holder back. Right now, camera one, the one that there, that is my cell phone holder. And it's a real pain not having it handy. I don't need 3 of those, do I? No. It's perspective, right? Depending on where the camera is in relation to everything. Like as I move closer, and I've had fun with this. I can move. How much cable do I have? And I do that sometimes, and it's not horrible. you know, and I've got the backlight now, so even this is something that can work for me. And we can even do this for a little while. I'm not too self-conscious, so. And I don't want to monkey with each camera. Every time I touch the camera app that controls everything other than my face, it sends one camera out of whack. Thank you, Logitech. The app is actually perfectly fine for most of the streaming population that uses one camera, and of course, me using 4. Yeah, it just makes everything worse. Can't leave well enough alone, right? I encounter problems they really don't expect anyone to have. Yeah, and I like it at times too. And then there's sometimes the way it interacts with the light bouncing around. Because I have like one straight overhead. I've got a huge 6500 here. I got a huge 6500 here. Actually, they're all 6500s technically. I'm actually, believe it or not, got a really bright setup, but with low throw, they don't go far. Well, I have this is kind of an over the shoulder. It used to be further behind me. But if they start misbehaving, then I tend to move them back. So where they generally sit most often is where I have the least trouble. Like there's a light I'm not even using right now that I would love to use. I'm just afraid of what might happen with my cameras. This one, where I'm pointing, that one especially. Oh no, it's absolutely helpful. What I need to do is spend another stream. Kevin probably remembers a little while ago when I streamed for half an hour to an hour. I was just playing with the new camera. Shortly after I put the new computer to use, I streamed for half an hour, testing the audio, testing the video. It's actually kind of interesting how over the years it's all kind of grown out. I'm also debating this one here, top one, if I'm going to keep using that or not. The more I use it, the less I like it, is what it's coming down to. Its colors are wonky compared to the Logitech. I would like everything to be consistent, which is where having the 3 with the same color presets generally helps, and it doesn't take much tweaking. But to use the creative, I can't use the Logitech software. I have to use Windows, and that is not fun. Not fun. No funds. Zeros for funds. All right, so we got some sticker action going on. I gotta be super careful with that. Let's do this one first. Number 6. I hear you on the lighting challenges. I have trouble with my videos too, and I already have a 3 light boxes shining. Yeah, and I've been tempted to go back to. I had larger light boxes around my original big bulbs, but those bulbs produced. Wow, that was fluke. Produced so much heat. I switched to these other ones. Plus, these use a lot less electricity. Whoops. Okay, that's the second time that's happened. Is there something catching there? Yeah, constantly evolving. I'm gonna make some decisions on what, if anything, I'm willing to spend to improve lighting. Probably nothing. I don't make money doing this, but we'll see. Number 1. So what's going to be a number 1? Number 1, gray. Okay, so at least I know which way that's going. Oh yeah, in this summer, it's definitely a different experience, which is why I probably didn't build nearly as much. A lot less comfortable. I don't like even running. I mean, we waited a long time to even do the ACs, to install them. I don't like them. I don't like the extra draw on the power. Find it's murder on our sinuses. But yeah, I've been here and I've had streams in the past where I'd be sweating like crazy, sticking to the book. That's where even the noodle helps. I lean on the book and not accidentally on the pad or the manual. Okay, I need a bracket. I need this guy. Flip. Is there a slider? Yes. Slider to these gray pieces. Blue plate. 2 more rounded. When I started, I used to have a nice photography box. I could put a product in, but it doesn't matter how big a box you buy. It's never big enough, you find. Unless you're doing like just jewelry or something like that. You just find that whatever you buy is never enough. I end up destroying it in the end. I did an experiment with it, chopped it up, and made things so much worse. It just didn't pan out, whatever I was trying to do with it. Is this connecting to the lower one? Awesome. Oh, I like that. I like that. Goes on an angle. Nice technique. Okay. I do like that. So we got some stickery parts here. There's your word for the day I've made up. Stickery parts. Today in stickery parts. Sounds like a location in London. In the Welsh Highlands, stickery parts. And I think my daughter's streaming too. Stickery parts added to vocab. When I was younger, wow. Like I'm ancient. When I was younger, I remember going on IRC, Internet Relay Chat. I'm probably the only one who actually says it out loud, Internet Relay Chat. And when we wanted to say something, you know, about ourselves, like slash me from Stickery Parts. Old geek speak. Today's kids don't know what it was like to rip open a computer, install their first 2400 baud modem, and worry that you're going to fry your computer. Triple checking, you know, measure twice, cut once kind of thinking. and ICQ. And you know what's sad? I still got the ICQ app on here, and it's probably like the least secure thing you could have because I think at some point it got sold to Russians a few times. Like, the thing is, I still have 2 or 3 contacts that only to this day still only use ICQ. Back from my old Xbox scene days from 2001. Back in those days, though, ICQ was the thing. I mean, that was the way. We loved it. So you and me, we're kindred spirits. Do you still actually have, like, can you log into your ICQ? Do you still have your number and a working password for it? People could find their number. A lot of the accounts have been long since cut. Of course, they had so many, what do you call it? Security leaks, whatever. Like I said, it's the least secure thing I have, but there's still a few people. And now that I think about it, I bet you it's been almost a year since I actually ran it. Day's going pretty good, buddy. Can't complain. It does suck. My wife is doing, she took a Girl Scout troop. She's a leader for our local troop here in Toronto, in our area of Toronto. And they're camping, I think, in a museum in Hamilton, like in the museum tonight. She's got her cot and a bunch of crap. I dropped her off at the other leader's place earlier. That's why I stopped my stream. And yeah, so it's just me and my daughter tonight. And unless my boss makes VTO for tomorrow, I got work in the morning. If he puts up VTO, I'll take it. But I'm not seeing any update. It's a little late for it, so that's okay. It shouldn't be too busy for me tomorrow. Shouldn't be. Famous last words. Shouldn't be. Treated my daughter and myself to Burger King, which I kind of wish I hadn't. For weeks I had a weird craving for it, and we went in there. We had a bacon cheeseburger, whatever the hell they call our Whopper thing. I had poutine with it, which, of course, that is just brutal. I'm slightly lactose intolerant, and my daughter more so. We suffer through it. Now I am burping up like crazy. At the time, we enjoyed it. I'm glad we didn't go with the second part of that plan, which was get milkshakes too, because that'll push both her and me over the edge. Okay, that is just, if the top marries up with that the way that looks, I mean, that's looking great. When did you put the order in, Greg, for that? Okay. 2 plates with bars. 2 tiles. And, okay, so I shouldn't have any issues there. So upside down, clip. Did I get that? Oh, look at that. I figured that out on my own. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Oh, we're going to be doing more upside down? Okay. Oh, hey. Okay. Give me a second to put my cans on, and I'll move you to where we can see you. There we go.
All right. Can you hear me? Mic test? Oh, your cans, yeah.
Shazam.
Mic test, mic test.
Oh, you sound good.
Beautiful. Okay.
Nice and clear.
Yeah. I've been watching you click around there. I got a little just ADD distracted. So.
Oh, hey, you know what we're going to do? Hang on. Well, no, because that that big that big icon up there.
Yeah, now we can hang out together there.
Yeah. Well, hey, you joined me on screen. I want to make sure you're seen, and I'll even do you one better here. Let's see. Where is our branding? That's a little bit much, but there you go.
There we go.
I wish I could remove it from. Oh, I'm hearing me through your end.
Oh.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because my others are muted, so I'm good.
I got this.
You got anything coming out of a PC speaker or out of a phone?
Turn that one off. Okay, so I got that. I got all the speakers off, all the phone off. So the only thing it can come out of is this now. Unless my microphone needs to be turned down, but I do have it set to auto.
Turn it down for a moment. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. How do we do that? How do I do that? Oh, edit audio? No, that's avatar.
Oh, you know what? Don't do a thing. Don't do a thing. This might not be it. Okay. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. You know what was going on? I was playing my YouTube stream in the background.
Yeah.
You're fine. I'm the dude head.
I had it going as well, but I had it like just one click. I was like, it could pick it up because it is kind of underneath the desk.
See what everyone doesn't realize, like StreamYard's on its own, especially with me running 4 cameras, can send you over the edge if you forget one microphone, because then I'm hearing myself 2, 3, 4 times. And then it gets worse if you're also running YouTube and forget the audio, which sometimes I do for monitoring purposes. And it's like, oh my God. And then trying to troubleshoot it and you don't realize, oh, it's a hidden window I got somewhere else. And it's like, oh my God. Because StreamYards is supposed to be able to do echo cancellation, and it does a piss poor job of it. I choose to not rely on it. Yes, I enable it, but I also mute every microphone. All my cameras, none of those mics are working. And even the associated speaker output for almost all my cameras, I set it to a non-existent speaker.
Yeah.
This monitor has a null speaker that doesn't function. So I can direct it because it sees it. I direct it to it, and it's like, great. It sees a piece of hardware, and I always know, set it to that, because then there's no chance I'll hear anything coming back.
But absolutely. Well, that's like this 1920 that a 19-inch screen that I'm using here. It's like, it's a Philips, but it's like so high def that you can set the audio to the screen even though it doesn't have speakers. Because you can plug speakers into it through HDMI or whatever the other connections are. But because it has digital audio capabilities in the screen.
Yeah.
So, when it says sometimes your screen will allow you to do that. Well, this screen allows me to do that. And it'll share my audio, even though there's no audio on it. I can play a video and hear it back through my headphones. If I share the audio through my screen, it's like kind of cool that way. Wireless. Oh yeah, I gotta show you.
I do my you got some show and tell.
I gotta show you my.
Hang on. Oh God, you're lucky. It was a little bit deeper.
Like literally, the first board I pulled the furniture nail out of, and my hand holding the board slipped, and the board curled, and the curled staple just gouged me through the glove. Ouch. Of course, it was one of those gloves that had good leather padding, but only fabric on the backside, right where the knuckle was. I was like, wow, get those welding gloves on.
So I teach trauma. So I teach MHE theory class. I teach fall arrest, harness and all that, lanyard. And then I teach a trauma class, what to do in case any of the bad things happen to you, because it's not over when you think it's over. Sometimes blood will pool in your legs and all this stuff. So I teach a trauma class too. And some of the stuff that we show in the videos, it's like, wow. And It's funny. Some people will tell you, like in certain circumstances, wearing a glove can be worse for you, not better. Like a glove pulling you into a machine, let's say, right?
Yeah. So that's what I find. Like anything loose in rotation, like anything that around fast spinning rotation, you got to be careful, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm a hoodie wearer. Do you notice right away?
Yeah.
The strings are just
No
double knotted,
strings.
double
Yeah.
knotted
I'm always
every
jumping on
time.
my guys. See, we
Every
allow
time.
you to. So with the MHEs, we allow you to wear it, but you cannot put it over because you cannot block your peripheral vision.
Block your view, and it hinders your hearing. You can't tell where that sound's
And I'll
coming
go
from
up
other
behind
than
my
right
guys and I'll like pull it down. And they go, "What are you doing?" I go, "Nope."
No, and if you want to get away from that, guys that have to wear their hoodie with something covering the back of their neck, cut holes in the damn thing. Just cut holes in it.
I don't know any of my guys are willing to, because some of my guys will wear some really nice hoodies. Like their hoodie is more than my head to toe. And it's like, if you're going to be so dumb and wear.
Could you imagine? Okay, so health and safety, right? Health and safety, right? So let's go back like 50 years. They'd walk right up to you and cut that hood right off your shirt. If you got told the third time, there was no fourth time.
Well, we don't have to do that. I will give them a ticket, or I'll get my boss to give them a ticket if I don't feel like doing it. 3 tickets, and that could be your job, or at least a serious reprimand.
Absolutely.
And we got a lot of punishments that we can levy on you.
Nice.
Walmart, we care about safety. Number one.
Yeah, I was always big on safety, even if I wasn't on the health and safety committee. So like you're responsible when you're on the health and safety, but you don't have to be responsible if you just follow the rules and kind of go poke at everybody that's breaking them. That isn't safe. You can get written up for that. You can lose your job on a third write-up. That's not a good idea. Just be that badgering pain in the arse.
And that's that's the thing. Some people used to think I was playing a cop or power tripping. It's like, no, I believe in this.
I don't want to see you get hurt.
We've had some really serious injuries over the years.
You see people get hurt for real stupid reasons, and you're like, you could have avoided that if you just had listened.
We had one of my friends, so we're going back like 5-ish years, and I wasn't a trainer back then. There was about 6-7 year period I didn't train because I had a big stick up my butt and I refused to do it. I was pissed off with my company at the time. This was before we transitioned to Walmart. And so I come around the corner, my buddy's screaming. He was actually doing his circle check on his machine, but he lifted the gate on the battery, which in and of itself isn't a problem, although we don't recommend it. The problem is the floor in that part of the battery charge area is a little less than level. And the batteries in most of these machines are actually on 5 rollers. It moved enough to pinch his fingertips. So like this. Now he's screaming holy terror as I'm coming around. Now this is a 1,600 to 2,400 pound battery, closer to 2,400.
Oh, wow.
My very first instinct is I took my machine, I just drove it into his battery, pushing the battery enough. He got his hand out. That's great. Here's the problem. I basically caused the fire.
Yeah.
Because when you puncture a battery, smoke. And it's like when I'm teaching the MHE training, now I go and you guys, you see that extinguisher on the wall? That's there because of me. Because I run around with my head cut off looking for an extinguisher because we couldn't find it. So that was put there specifically because of me.
Yeah.
And it's good because I have these true stories that I can relay to my students. And like, if people are just saying, do this for safety, it's one thing. But when they see the old guy with the grays, who's a really good trainer and a really good operator, like, I toot my own horn, but the bottom line is I'm like the ninja forklift drivers. And when they hear these stories, it rings true. And like for some, I hope it sinks in a little bit better. I get so much favorable feedback, even from guys who don't like me, but they go through my training course and they go, you taught me so much and this and that. I go, you don't have to stick up to me. You're certified now. You can go away now. No. This is good. You already got all 5, there's 8 certs I can give you now. There's nothing else I can teach. No. But you did this great. And for some, they realize the learning never stops. Which it really doesn't. If you think it does, like I'm still learning.
That's really what I've been saying to my dad the last few years. to be honest. I keep telling them, like, you know, I do all this stuff and I create these things, and it's all thanks to you, because if it wasn't for you teaching me how to use the tools, I wouldn't have that knowledge. I wouldn't be able to create stuff without, you know, making a mess, and that would be it.
Yeah. No,
Or
it's
just
so
an
cool.
unrealized idea. That set looks really, I love that right there. The look of that.
Although this is coming out really nice. And
So what's the significance to the number on the side of it? Usually,
you know,
something to do with the set.
2069, so we know it has nothing to do with the set number.
Yeah.
So I'd have to learn a little bit about
I would
Ford's
guess.
racing teams
I
and
would guess and
see
say
if
that that
they've
would be.
actually got this on a branded car or truck
Mhm.
out there on the circuit.
That's the type of stuff I really like when it comes to bringing it right back to reality. In a sense, you're gonna be sticking stickers on it, have some kind of continuity. Hey, Big Nate.
Shazam!
Hey, Crayon Land Bricks. If I didn't say hi. Craig Dillon, 117. ICQ, I see in the chat here. Okay. It's giving away my age, but I was on IRC and ICQ. Okay.
Yeah, when I was talking about IRC and how I would go /me or / this or whatever.
Same age as me then. It's all cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
And once in a while, I'll fire up an app that'll let me go on IRC, and I'm just looking around for anything that kind of looks familiar. And because it just used to be great. Like some channels you go into and you'd have like 250 people chatting, and you couldn't really have a conversation with anyone. So you'd pull them out and say blah, blah, blah. And you'd have a sub chat with the 2 or 3 guys you want to talk to. And
well, it's like, remember how cool things like Discord and Twitch were before they came more and more popular?
Here's the thing. Discord, I never got into. Like, yeah, I've got a server up somewhere. Ryan will tell you that.
I found it very resourceful for like video game knowledge when you're like for PC mostly.
Okay.
To communicate with people that having kind of the same problems, that you just can't go to someone that you know, because not everybody's into all the same tech.
Okay.
Hard to explain it to like your parents or like say a schoolmate what you want to do, and they had no idea, because I was a little more advanced than a lot of people growing up when it came to computers, and then I dropped out of it halfway through college because I was like, you know, it's just too much, too expensive. I got other priorities to focus on.
Hey Eileen, how you doing?
Mama Lego.
Computers is tough though, because it's such a congested field.
Well, that's why I was so surprised when I kicked this thing back on, and you know, just a little update later, and Windows 10 is still running. Why are they letting me do that? Why are they letting me do that? I don't.
Well, you know, you could take even pirate codes and turn it into legit stuff now. I'm not sure where they're making their money now, but well, I mean, the PC world is still a Windows world. Linux didn't take over, and the Mac world didn't take over. So yeah,
that's funny you say that, because I remember one buddy of mine, and not to mention that one YouTuber, Linus Tech, he always talking about Linux taking over for the longest time, and then it didn't happen, so they just kind of...
It never happened. And I play with a lot of them. I play with a lot of those free flavors. One of my best friends, Lefty FB. This is a guy who protected me forever, 2001 to 2006, actually right up to 2009. And he still helps me out and with keeping me safe online. Because back in the old Xbox days, people were always trying to dox me off.
Yep.
And because we ran the #1 Xbox site in the world that wasn't owned by Microsoft, xboxscene.com. Nice. So we made a lot of enemies, especially from the mod ship world, where people were really cutthroat. It's actually kind of a dangerous scene to be in, because you're talking about guys who are making their money, giving you chips, and like, oh, it's all nice. Oh, it's all about free software and about open source bullshit. Pardon my language. It's about the piracy. And because what's the first thing I end up doing? You know, grabbing the first, 215 games in North America and Japan, getting all those ROMs and trying to make them work until they did,
Well,
and
there was another way. There was another really good way around piracy that I learned, was you get yourself one of those DVD, CD writing operations going. And apparently, yes, it takes a lot longer to do it. But if you do it through like a secondary hard drive or what do you call those? One of those jump drives,
Yep.
and you download it to say a removable drive and then burn it right off that drive, it doesn't like flag you on the websites for pirating. Back in the day when you used to be
How
able to do
cool
that.
is
Oh,
that? It's carrying 2 extra. So this is closer to a Baja Racer than it is a Bronco.
Mm-hmm. And you still got the roof to go, eh?
Yeah, and I still got to put a roof on it.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah,
hey, a large scale Baja Racer with a lot of play for the suspension would be really nice.
Mm-hmm. That Ford is looking really good. All right, Crayon Land Bricks, take it easy. Thanks for popping in.
Take it easy, Rosalind. I look forward to your next puzzle video. Actually, I look forward to your current one because apparently I do have something bookmarked. Okay, where are the stickers going? There's only so many pieces left.
Well, what do you got? What do you got for stickers?
2 for a grill, a big red piece with a dragon or a horse or something. But
that's going on the roof for sure. The dragon horse thing.
Well, I know one's going to go on this red piece, and I guess actually these 2 pieces here, these 2 red ones.
Is
this
the
black
reverse
is going on?
Is the reverse panel on the back of that the same, like 26.9? Oh, okay. It's just in the thumbnail that you got posted there. It almost looks like a tan tile that they got sitting on it, but it's just the way they have it shrunk down. The way they have it shrunk down, it doesn't look right.
That and there's some artistic lighting going on here.
No,
I love the box
in
art.
your little thumbnail that you have that you had picked up off the internet.
Yeah. No, I actually got really lazy. I didn't even clean that up. You notice how it's got the little dirt under the 4x4. Usually, I remove that.
I like that.
Well, it was faster for me to not even try and clean it up.
Well, in all honesty, it really blends into the way you have the brick background because there's a little bit of tan going on down there, so it just blends right in. Anyways, it looks kind of clean, like a nice blend. Yeah, I always love.
Well, that thing I put in that original "How to Build My Stream" video, like I'm literally doing all of that, and it's all pretty quick and easy once you get a regular workflow. So I basically have 2 files I edit now. One is this overlay for this stream. So it's the Lego logo, the Speed Champs, the title, my All Bricks count, and then those 2 cars, and then all my icons on the bottom. That's all one overlay file.
Okay.
And then you have the thumbnail file. And that also helps me generate the wallpaper that's behind us right now.
Yes.
And that is one file with, so I got the graphic which I'd use in the box art. So the box art from this, I put that in behind, and I blurred out behind the little studs.
Yeah,
keeps it unique looking. No one does it like I do, and I'm keeping it that way on purpose.
I really like that. It was so smart when I saw the first one I really keened in on was the colored bricks that you threw in there. Is that what that one is? The colored bricks?
Yeah, it's the puzzle. It's basically a lift from the
puzzle
box.
Yeah.
And for a while I used the straight up colors, and then I changed the color schemes because I didn't want it to look the same every time. And then it just kept evolving to the point where now I don't use any colors. I just use the blacks and the highs and lows, the shadows, and then I put all my stuff behind it.
Yeah,
and I could put a graphic or I could put a gradient fill. I've done that too.
Definitely ABC signature right there.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I always love that.
And I'm always looking at other people's stuff to see what they're doing. And I've thought about putting the animated wallpaper, but I'm putting an animated PNG file behind this. StreamYards is very limited in what I could do that way. I could still squeeze it in. I had 1 or 2 on, but they don't look good enough for me to bother. So I said, if I could get someone to make me something that's small, there are some memory constraints on StreamYards, but that would be brick related. I might consider using one.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, you wouldn't even really need to go that fancy. You could just make it wiggle a bit with that pattern. It'd be just decent.
Yeah. Well, one thing I thought about is something that would build bricks. Click, 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 click. Yeah. But I don't know if I'm going to spend the time to make it or if I'm going to pay someone to do it. It's an idea I've had. Problem is, they got to do it in a small enough file that I could still run it. So Eileen's asking about this rainbow puzzle. My mom just showed me this puzzle.
Okay, you pulling it out?
I don't have it. It's just come out on Amazon, and I'll post a pic of it. Let's see, Lego rainbow puzzle. And yeah, this is the newest one. So we'll put it, where's this camera? There we go.
Yep.
So it's all the new costume figs, rainbow background. It's about $6 more than I want to pay. I think my mom's hoping I'm going to buy it. I said, I don't know yet. Maybe I'll go splits with her, because the thing is, I'm going to build it, and what am I going to do? I'm going to give it to her and never see it again, because that's what happens. Hey, all these Lego puzzles, I build them once, put them all back in the box, give it to her. I never see it again, and I don't ask to. I really don't care. But
that's a nice one. Like,
realistically, I will probably end up getting it. I mean,
I'm not a puzzle person, but I like that one.
That's the thing. I'm not a puzzle person, but I showed you the other day the space flag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I can't find it again. Oh yeah, I got it here. Made up of the blue spaceman and a few other color space figures, but that one I marked out completely for. When I saw that, it's like, oh, I gotta have that. That might be one I don't give my mom. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to. I know she wants to build it too, so it's like maybe I'll have to buy her one, because I'm tempted to turn this one into a permanent poster.
I think Mama says she's gonna get it, and you can build it. We can build it together.
Oh yeah, there's an idea. That's an idea. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I get a birthday in 5 days, 6 days, whatever. So it's like, maybe I'll con someone and say, hey, get that. That's cheap.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What was the price on that?
26 something.
Oh, okay.
Which isn't bad, but since, Lego's got all the 1,000-piece puzzles at $19.99, it's like paying $5 more for the privilege of getting it now from Amazon instead of 6 months later from Lego Direct. It's like, that kind of sucks. Let's see, where am I going to put that? There we go.
I might just do like my regular thing and just punk the image for some wall art. I mean, we've got as Lego collectors, how many pamphlets of minifigures do you have that you can't cut up and just put on a foam board and call it done?
See, for the longest time, what I was going to do, and this was my excuse for keeping my boxes, I was going to take all the box fronts, cut them cleanly, and then do what my uncle did with newspapers back in the day. Like, he did his basement in newspapers, and it looked brilliant.
I've seen that, yeah.
And it looked amazing. His basement was a piece of history.
Hey, David.
Hey, David's back. Shazam.
But yeah, with the Lego boxes, that'd be pretty cool too.
I walked away from that idea.
So I do have an idea for you, seeing as how I can see you still have like a mountain of those boxes. You could probably build a castle out of.
Oh, yeah, well, anything new I build, but literally like the last 3 builds, the boxes on the floor at the door because they're going out. I've gotten that good now that within a day I want them out.
But you could probably get or get somebody to make you like a $20 or $30 little frame set that'll hold, snap close or something, so it'll hold each different boxes. So it'll hold a couple of small ones or one big large one. Just make sure it's the size of like the largest Lego set you can think of. And then every time you cut one up, you can keep that for a bit and then on to the next one. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think about. But you're right. It's just a lot of work for nothing.
Well, I also don't have a lot of wall space anymore. I just literally don't, I can aim a camera at the ceiling, and it's like that's the proof. We had a guy come in yesterday to deliver my daughter's new mattress. Right, it was a warranty situation. Her old one, she deflated it,
Mm-hmm.
and she sits on it. And you shouldn't
No
sit on a
comment.
bed mattress.
No comment.
And
There. Keep going. Keep
yeah, are
going.
you sitting on it right now? Is that literally? And your back eventually will kill you sitting on the mattress. That's the thing. It's not meant for sitting on.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
then
like,
make
I don't
couches
even
like
sit
that too.
against the back of the chair here.
Oh.
I either lean badly, which is not good for my posture, or I sit straight up. But I don't tend to use the lumbar support of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Yeah, true enough.
But she basically killed that one mattress. Now we got a new warranty on the new mattress.
Nice.
We paid a bit more to get a better mattress, and my daughter already seems to love it. She goes, "Oh my god, my back pain just went away." I go, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this and that. I go, "Why didn't you tell me your bed was in such a bad state? It was not that old." I built her one of those gigantic IKEA bed frames. I've got a million drawers underneath, so it's platformed up like
Nice.
3 feet, 4 feet. Oh, the
Nice.
thing's a
Yeah.
beast. It's hard on the hips to get into, to tell you the truth, but it's storage, right?
Yeah, I bet you she
And
feels like a princess or a queen in that, eh?
kind of. And the thing is, to build it though, I had to contort my body to get into it because what they
Mm-hmm.
don't tell you is, okay, you're going to make it's I guess a twin bed, right? You're going to build this twin box, blah blah blah. But you
Yeah, the
need
outside
basically
frame, the
double the
post.
size. You basically need a 12 by 12 room to build it, and then you could push it into place. But it's like I didn't have that space.
Because all the drawers have to go together, and you have all those things that go on top in the frame.
Well, you also
so
need
that the
room to
drawer.
take your drill and do everything you're going to
Oh
do.
yeah,
It's
I
like,
forgot. Yeah, because it has to be out from the wall. You
so
can't
I
build it in
literally had
place.
to get into the frame the whole time. I'm on my
Yeah.
back. I'm doing this. And then I had to contort my way out of it and put, oh my God, it was ridiculous. It took
Yeah,
me
my
twice as long as it should have to build.
roommate has like literally the same thing.
Yeah, no, it's
It's awesome though.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Solid.
Well, back in the day, she wanted, and we resisted it. She wanted, what do you call it? The beds on top of each other?
Bunk bed?
Bunk beds. Because we always had people sleep over and stuff, but we always had workarounds between air mattresses and other stuff, and it was always cool. But the idea being air with a bunk bed, or even a bunk bed, but with a desk underneath, something like that. And we just never kind of got into it. And by the time she was really interested, because she was always afraid when she was young, but when she was interested at that point, bunk beds aren't really appropriate because of your age and the weight, and
So then I got a bunk beds for you. I grew up with a twin sister, and I can't remember. I think it was my mother. She grew up with a pair of bunk beds, and when those got passed on, me and my sister obviously ended up sleeping in them for a young amount of time. And I tell you, you wake up one time and smuck your head off that top bunk,
when you're the bottom, yeah,
or the ceiling, my friend, because pick a ceiling.
Yeah.
They're all closer than that top bunk is. Trust me. And you smoke your face or your head or your elbow or your knee off at that one time. That's enough.
I've got 9-foot ceilings, and I imagine off the top bunk.
Even like, okay, so me and my sister, we were an unruly bunch because ADD, ADHD bunch, right? So we would get arguing and fighting and wrestling, and one of us would be on the top bunk, one of us would be on the bottom, pushing on the bottom bunk. Well, that only floats for so long. They were the old bunk beds, Rick. Wood frame on the outside, metal rails on the inside, and a wooden platform for what do you call that? For the hard part, for the box spring. So if I pushed on it or she pushed on it too hard, it would slide off that rail and drop right down on top of her. Whole bed squish. And we both did it to each other all so often. Like we just did it to yourself, really. But good Lord, like how my parents, how we both survived, and my parents didn't kill us either.
Oh my God.
But then we had, we didn't want to get rid of the bunk beds when our parents were like, that's enough, right? And they couldn't, I knew they couldn't afford to do it. But what it was those bunk beds came apart, just like two single beds. So we were going to lose like 50% of our room, or 100% of our room pretty much. And so they divided this other like part of the master suite, and they put a hallway to the end of it. So the master suite was now half the size in our house, and our bedroom was now twice the size. Then they put a wall in the middle of our bedroom and put her bed in the wall above my bunk bed in the wall. So they were on different sides of the house or of the room, but like, we both had a bunk bed. That looks slick.
Isn't that crazy? And what's neat is those tires are pretty much staying in.
Does it have
I mean, if I shake enough, it'll come out. There we go.
Oh, so you can just pull the okay.
Yeah, they can both come out, and you take this piece and there's
like
that
clipped
tire
in or
out.
something. I like that actually. That's
so basically put them both in, and then
close that.
Put
door.
a little tension on that, and it's good.
And
then look at that, you got a roll cage in there.
That's impressive. I like how they did that. How they switched it up with the blue. It just kind of shows how they used to put the foam on it, I think.
Now, I must have screwed up one thing because I'm looking. Is
that a 4x1 plate?
Yeah, 4x1.
Grill or roof somewhere.
No, it shouldn't be.
Like front or back or the roof. It's got to be. The go on that piece that holds the tire, maybe?
It could. Usually I don't stress out too much. Like, clearly the build is fine, but I would like to not leave such a big piece because the odds of that being really extra are very low.
Mm-hmm.
Their QC is decent. They also, part of their setup is weight-based. That's why you won't see a lot of variation in, like, literally the amount of cardboard used. Like, the trim is good.
I actually really like Lego box cardboard for, like, any kind of craft that you would use, like, a thick stock cardboard for. It helps. Little 3D
Some of them.
The almost slightly corrugated stuff. I like that stuff.
Oh, this is wicked. And that's just the first car. And it's not even the one I wanted to build.
Oh, you didn't get the yellow one built yet?
No, I do them in order. This is bag 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to take a peek at where...
Yeah, that's going to make for some good footage on the turntable there.
Actually, I could do that while I'm with the stalling.
Good call. Yeah, now the one day you were playing with your turntable, I think when you were doing the Hot Wheels, and I think you said right near the first like 10 or 12 cars, while you were finger spinning it, I don't know if this is good for it or not. You said to yourself, well, it must be a low resistance brush motor, because if it was a high resistance brush motor, you would have burned it out by now doing that, Rick.
Oh, and I've put like the Millennium Falcon, UCS Falcon on it.
The weight you've put on that, it must have a really good gear system in it.
Yeah, it's funny.
I've had RC
the only problem I've had is I've taped paper to the side, and when it makes just enough contact like that, it'll stop. But it's
when you overload it, you mean?
Yeah, it's been fine with the downward pressure, but just a little bit on the side, and it stops. But yeah, we'll let that run for a moment.
Maybe it actually has like an anti something that makes it so it doesn't strip. You'll notice if you.
I'm about to.
You'll notice if you chew a tooth.
I know exactly where. Yeah, I know exactly where I didn't put it. Right there. It's literally the first step of bag 3. See these 2 gray parts here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you cover that up. This is the tricky part, actually doing it, though. Yeah, it's supposed to go there. Supposed to go there. So let's move those bars a little.
There you go.
Well, one problem is like these bars. I'm going to move them just there. We go, just a bit.
That probably actually looks more accurate now, to be honest with you. Wish I had a roll cage.
It's a little bit. See, that's sketchy.
Oh, it popped off?
Yeah. So when you're building these parts, this part of the mechanism, it doesn't actually add up to Lego's math of 3 plates high properly. It's 3 and a bit. And trust me, I pushed it all the way down, and it's it's a little bit something. So what I might do is I'll cheat it a bit more. Because I see, and even in the box art, it's raised. So they did it too. So I take this mechanism out. There we go. So you build this. Where's the camera?
Yeah.
So you build this thing with 2 of those Technic rounds, these pins that go inside, and then 2 studs on top.
The hollow studs, yeah.
So all I'm going to do is raise these ever so slightly.
Beautiful. Yeah, David, do you know anything about this? What is it, a Ford? What is it, a Bronco? Do you know why it has that 22069 on it? Is that something about Ford racing? Some guy that races Ford, maybe. See if David knows.
Okay, so it's raised up a little more. Now we're going to see if I can get that.
Yeah, as long as those pins don't hinder your roof, yeah. Because I imagine those rods go up into the spaces of the brick.
I'm probably make it harder on myself because I'm looking in the diagram. They don't actually tuck where I'm trying to push. I'm trying to push them under this red piece.
Well, that's what I'll show you when you're done there on this Monster Jams build where they had to call me in for rescue. Have no clue, David says. Well, we'll find out by the next one, that's for sure. I'm going to look this up later. My dad's a Ford guy. He works at Ford. So he'd probably tell me, but he's not very quick to answer me back.
Just did it again.
Oh, the piece knocked out again?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to try one more time. I mean, I'll move the damn thing backwards if I have to.
I don't know. I think that looks all right.
Oh, well, okay. I tell you what I've done. I'm so stupid. So, okay. Yeah, and there you go. So you see this red piece? I've had this on backwards the whole time. Tire. That actually holds the tire in place.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be exciting if you didn't do something exciting. Come on. Actually, that's kind of cool, actually. Nice.
And it's looks 100% better if I can get this wedged on. Okay, so that's down. Yeah, now no sweat. No sweat.
There we are.
That's what it's supposed to look like. Let's see, David. The next one. This is 7. I'm doing them in order. 76905. So the next one is 76906. Ferrari.
Is that yellow and
yeah. When I finish, where it's
that's the orange one. What's this one in your logo?
Red.
There?
It's kind of red.
Where's the one? Where's that blue or yellow?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing as part of this set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The same set. Okay, makes sense.
Well, he's trying to get me to hop, skip, and jump too. The Lamborghini is it's 908, so that gives you an idea when I'm going to do it. But,
doing them in sequence is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nice. And this is a Speed Champs as well.
Hey, look at that! I can even let that sit there. It's not too loud.
I like that.
So as long as I don't whack it,
right?
Serious
probably going to be
screw up.
It'll be a 4x4 all over the floor.
And you know what I'll do? I will pitch it. I don't rebuild the stuff. I just don't. But you know what? That's pretty nice looking. It would have been funny if I would have figured out a way to make that fit, even though it was backwards.
Oh, I know, right? All right, check.
Because I'm that kind of guy. Like I'll find odd solutions to problems, and it's like, all right.
Check this shark out there. You want to put me on there?
Yeah. So you said they're all pullbacks, right?
Yeah.
See, I hate that. So what's the age range on it? What are they saying?
Oh shit, who knows? 7 plus. It says
7 plus. Huh?
Yeah, it says pullback rate. Hold on, let me see.
I'd be all over Gravedigger if it was a larger scale, for sure.
I think they built. I can't remember if they built Toro or the Gravedigger first, but it was my my roommate and his son. His son's
Oh, yeah?
like 6 or 7, and the Gravedigger one looked a lot nicer. It was just all black, and you throw the stickers on it. And then El Toro, does it show him
Look
on
at that
here?
blue. Isn't that beautiful? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's almost girly. I know people hate when I talk like that, but sorry, I'm a dinosaur. But it's beautiful.
So where you say girly, other people would say it's a soft color.
Sure, yeah. Let me, maybe a little more feminine. They're more selective with their words. Me, not so much.
I'm just usually.
I get called into HR all the time because of my colorful selection of words.
Well, sometimes I feel like those who are offended by what you say would have been offended by no matter what you said, so it doesn't matter.
No, exactly.
I mean,
those
if you're purposely
offended are easily offended, and
yeah,
I think to live in society, you have to grow thicker skin, and you know what? That swings both ways. Sometimes I need to, shut up and just, take it and be quiet, but that's also not how I was brought up. So
yeah. So this is how they put it away there, Rick. If you can see, they punched it right through the box. My roommate.
Oh,
yeah. So
damn.
So he doesn't keep. We don't keep boxes either. So
no, that's okay. And I've taken a few boxes, put a knife through it just because it triggers people.
But he sliced it so that you can slide the car right out.
42115.
This one?
No. Lego 42115. Oh, the Cheyenne or whatever, right? Lamborghini, the big Technic beast.
Oh,
is that the one, David? There's probably very little chance I'm going to get that one. I'm not as fond of that as I am the Bugatti, that big giant blue Bugatti, or the new Ferrari, the red one. Oh my God. As Technic goes, I got to admit, that one is sweet.
I think they could have went with a wider tire on these ones.
Yeah. And like when I did the dragster, I go, why did they put a bigger tire?
Mm-hmm.
I just really feel it should have been bigger. Sometimes it's the weirdest choices. And I get it. Like a dragster's tire changes shape as it's spinning, right? The RPMs.
Yeah.
But that's what we know with dragsters. Those big giant tires when it blows up and it inflates in a weird way because it narrows out. Or give us a balloony tire. Like that would be cool.
So I don't know about like a lot of these new Technic pieces, but some of these I have seen before on like mech builds and whatnot. But these top pieces are kind of nice. It's kind of like just a square next to the fin. And of course, cool. So the piece they were having a problem with was the one with the spring here on it. I'll pull it off so I can show you.
I'm just convinced the pullback mechanism is just something that's going to be trashed.
So they have you build this part here twice.
Let me see this. I want to blow this up.
Oh, okay.
No, hang on. All right.
So they have you build like 2 of these, and then they say, okay, now put one of them on each side. And they were like, well, I don't know how this goes on here and this and that. How does that connect? Like, put this here, and it wasn't very specific, and you can't see where it attaches.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to come in and be like, okay, well, it's got the shock absorber on it, and yada yada yada. That should be facing outwise because it's the shock absorber, monster jam. And there's a pin down here where my finger is underneath sticking out, and there's a pin right there and there. So I was like, well, 2 holes right there. Tell me that they go here and that goes there, and I clicked it into place for them. And they were kind of like, you jerk.
Easy, but sometimes you look at these instructions in the manual and you just go, no way.
That's exactly right. You just could not see what the heck they're trying to do. But yeah, the pullback isn't that great on it, but it does have the old school click 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 when you get too far, and you can tell that it has that maxed out where it won't wreck it. I'm gonna get it to click for you here.
Because I just know what I did to toys as a kid.
Right. And then
Yeah.
when I'm not going to fire this one off the desk, but it goes pretty good. But yeah, larger tires would have been cooler, but I think smaller tires would go even faster.
I love what Eileen is saying here. Looking forward to when I lose my filters. Should be another 5 years, and then I can blame it on my age. Well, that's good. Some people, like I know, like last year I dyed my beard a few times, but it's just because I was just working everything and having some fun. But I actually embrace my age and the grays and all that. And
yeah,
I love playing that card at work. Like I'm running circles around you young kids, and I love it. And I know it irritates the F out of them, and it's like I love it.
Yeah, same here actually. I really think it is more or less like doing it properly. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not work smart, not hard. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because working hard, you only get to a certain age, and then you can't work so hard. So the smarter you can work, the longer you'll last.
And I'm all about working hard, but I do love showing these guys like there's a better way.
Absolutely,
and you can even do more work if you're smarter about it. You know, which is smarter, what the company safer. Loves about me, because I'll show you how to get the job done, and maybe you could be the lazier guy doing it, even if you do it my way. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing to listen, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the hard part. Like, they're coming in.
I was doing a baker's job for Tim Hortons, and I start at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. But you cannot start baking your food until 2 a.m. because if you do, certain food will be expired by the time the morning rush comes. So the morning person coming in will have to scramble their ass off.
They got to do twice the work to catch up.
Which isn't, it's not necessarily their problem, my problem. No, that's not my problem. No. This is the job. This is how it's supposed to go. You're making this for the morning people. So if they come in and they see, oh, what a wonderful display, but it's literally garbage, what's the point? It says it's expired.
Yeah, if it's food that you can't sell, that's horrible.
So by rights, they're like, well, what are you supposed to do until 2 a.m.? Everything that you need to do to get the bake done by 5 a.m.
Yeah, clean, prep, all that.
So some of the things I would do is like you have your multiple space in your oven, and you have your multiple temperatures for all your different products. And then every product can't be cross-contaminated, but some can be cross. So plain croissants and cheese croissants can be baked together because they both have dairy. So having cheese in the oven with the plain ones doesn't hurt them. It takes 22 minutes. It takes 22 minutes for those suckers to cook from frozen. I got 22 minutes. My ovens are full with croissants. I can go do something else for 22 minutes. But if I wait until it's 25 minutes, my croissants have to be rebaked.
Oh, dude.
But it's things like that. Like if you pay attention to it like that and you hustle that way, it's so smart. So I have everything set up on my trays to go in the oven, all set up in the freezer, ready to go. So when that rush hits at 2 a.m., I got to get all my bake in the oven. I start my donuts and then like boom, 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 boom.
So what got you out of that gig?
It sucks.
Oh, it just okay.
Well, pay. There's no room to move up in that kind of like stuff. Like I've been like a grocery produce clerk, and I've been a cart pusher, and I've been a bag boy. I've worked at the Tim Hortons as a cashier and a server and a baker.
All honest jobs, and people, people can do it, snub their nose, but it's like,
exactly.
I like to see you do some of these jobs, buddy.
The one place I worked down here for a good 13 years on and off throughout my youth and high school was the Tin Cap restaurant we have. And when I showed up there, it took them 3 hours to get their clothes done. And the guy that run the place, he wasn't getting out of there in time to see his UFC fights or his MMA fights on TV. He had to TiVo it. Remember when TiVo was a thing? He was one of the only people that did that because he had.
I remember those 9-digit codes from the TV guy. You put it into your TV. Your TiVo would automatically know what show at what time. I thought that was brilliant, by the way. That's still the best thing ever. The way that worked when it worked.
So when I got a job there, they went from 3 people closing to just me closing, and I had them done 30 minutes after the last customer left. I said, can I mop? He goes, yeah, go ahead. I mopped. I go, okay, you ready to leave? He goes, what? I go, are you ready to leave? Because like I'm ready to go. And he's like, you can't be done already. Like, oh yeah. Like you wanted to be done. You wanted to be closed at like 9:30. And I know when customers are here, you don't say, okay, we're closed, get the F out. You welcome the next person that comes in because you want to make your money at the end of the night. So I made sure I had everything else I needed to do. And all I needed to do is mop the lobby and the bathrooms. Done. 30 minutes. Let's go. Yeah.
I like when one of my bosses gives me a challenge at work, and he goes, well, we've done this amount of trucks and we've got an hour and a half. And I said, show me the truck. And I look at the truck. Okay. I go 25 minutes to offload, and it'll take me 45 minutes to rework it. He goes, what do you mean? That's a full truck. I go, yeah, but I've done it before. I know what needs to be done.
That's right. Same with like when I was unloading truck at Timmy's too.
He actually helped me out, but it slowed me down, but that's okay. He wanted to help, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
When my boss is actually going to pitch in, it's like, okay.
When people used to want to help, I used to be like, okay, get that marker. And every time I ask you if we have this product, I want you to put a mark on the box. That's basically all they can do to help. Otherwise, they're in my way because I throw. Yeah. Well, not throw. Okay, so you take the product off the skid that's just outside the back door at Timmy's, anyways, and it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night when we get our load. So I'm starting my night shift. So first thing I got to do on a Thursday or a Saturday is unload this effing truck. But at least I ain't serving customers that are coming around the building. I ain't have to serve customers. I will do your truck, but get out of my way. So I'm taking these boxes of coffee, what a size of a banana box is, coffee. You worked at Walmart there. I'm just using the fall inertia from the box to swing it down, and you got to make sure you got your knees bent. You don't use your back too much, and you swing it down into a throw, and you let it gently push onto the ground, and it slides down the hallway to the next turn. And then once I get like 3 or 4 boxes down the hallway, I go and I stack those where they need to be stacked in front of the cooler, in front of where they need to go on the shelf. And then I go unload the next like 4 or 5 if I'm doing it by myself. Yeah. But I'll get a guy to stand down the hallway. I'm like, you want to stack these up for me? They all got to go in the cooler, and just boom, 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 boom. And they can't keep up. They can't even stack them faster than I can pull them down and throw them down the hallway. And other people, when I showed up to the gig, I guess they're using one of those 2-wheel dollies. And I hate using those things. You got to pull it up the incline or rock it over the curb, depending on where this truck driver decides he's going to drop the skid. And it's all awkward. I've seen people roll ankles and drop and cut themselves with that plate because it's so sharp, right? That plate that rip boxes open, and there's like, oh, we can put it back in the box. No, we actually can't. I'm not doing that. And if the truck driver won't take it, we have to make it a write-off because I'm not dealing with it. I don't want it in my freezer like that, all torn up.
Yeah.
Like, safety first, and safety says I can't put contaminated anything near the good stuff or it's all contaminated.
Geez, I should get you a job at Walmart.
Yeah, like I could definitely run some stuff. I worked at a greenhouse doing like warehousing and packaging and growing as well. Like I just walked through, start with whatever the job is they'll give me, right? Because you got to have money, you got to have a job. And I usually don't not have a job before I start another job. So that's tight. You got to find one that'll have a shift that's alternating. So you're not like working the same shift at the same day. You got to have different shifts, right?
Right.
And then when I'm happy with whichever choice I make, I get rid of the other job. Or run myself right dry as dry can be on that front. And then once I'm completely exhausted, I get rid of one job and say, I can't do it anymore. I'm working 2 jobs and this one sucks. They're going to offer me more money and longer hours for it. So I think I like that.
I really haven't had to quit much. Unfortunately, I've only had a handful of actual jobs.
Well, that's what works about that too, is you can get them to agree to like lay you off on those terms because they don't want you to go. So I've been kept on the payroll lots of times. I've been called up and being like, can you come do a shift? Because if you do 4 hours a month, I can keep you. Just come and do like do my freezer for like once a month. Come do my freezer for once a month. I'll pay you and it'll be cool. Like, what? We'll order pizza. I'm like, whoa. But I mean, that's what you get. That's the type of like small, tiny respects you get from doing honest work and not being a chump, I guess. Mind you, I don't really work. I don't really work right now. Shazam GLS, how's it going?
All right, I got to pause. I'm just going to let it run. You guys chill. I got a little thing to deal with here.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, Shazam GLS. Yeah, thanks for popping in. Looks like Rick's just going to step in for a bit, so I'll take the reins right here. I got the Shark Monster Truck Monster Jam set that my roommate put together. This is actually a pullback set, a 2-in-1 at that. One of the Monster Jams. 42134. So it's a 2-in-1, it says. And so the alternate build, the bike's box got a little sliced, but the alternate build is this race car. So I don't know. I'm not going to build that, but I wanted to show Rick the actual monster truck, and it does have the pullback to it. So kids really liked it. They're kind of difficult to put together. They don't make it that easy. There was this one part on the side that was hard to put on because you couldn't really see what it was. And I think the tires should honestly be bigger, but I mean, like, that's mostly just me. But it just does look pretty close. My roommate and his son there, they have some of the other ones, which is they have El Toro and they have Gravedigger. So I think the only one they need is Max D. And this is more or less. Hey, Big Nate. Back again. This size comparison to the, what is this? Speed Champions McLaren. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now I don't think this is a Speed Champs. It says Monster Jam. It's a 2-in-1 pullback. Megalodon, the Megalodon monster truck. It does have has the pullback function. So your tires spinny. It's pretty bouncy. It doesn't have any shocks, but now it's kind of upsetting that they don't have a figure sitting in there. So maybe we should find a way to do that. While Rick's taking a little break. Second here. Should be able to fit something in there.
Shazam.
He's back.
So she forgot the password.
No, it wasn't
a key account.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. Password managers, dude.
Big Nate, no, it was a 2-in-1, not a 3-in-1. The shark build he was just asking me, I think. Like, it doesn't have, like, it looks like it's to scale to a speeds, but it doesn't really fit a figure that well, but I'd still toss a couple of them in there. But it does have this big old gaping hole in the bottom of it. Like, what's with that? This big, huge hole right at the center, so my figure might fall out there. Other than
That's
that,
something you could fix pretty easy, I imagine.
oh, absolutely, just a couple of pins in the round piece. But there's what a figure kind of looks like sitting from the side of it.
Cool.
Because I was just trying to drive over my McLaren here.
I think I'm going to buy an RC Lego car this year. The one I have, I've long since put away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
away?
I can't remember the set number now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like whipping one out again and then monkeying around with it.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, which way are these going?
My roommate keeps poking me to do the same thing with the one I have there. The old one I have.
Yeah, I love the. You know what's funny? So the last one I bought, I tracked something. It's called. Can't remember off the top of my head. What was interesting was Lego wasn't even going to bring it into the North American market. It showed up 9 months later.
Dual tracks. They were rubber dual track.
It wasn't rubber. They were plastic tracks.
Okay.
About 150 each side. It was a lot of fun and faster than you'd think. But yeah, they were, when it was first announced, I go, oh, the price was decent, blah, blah, blah. And it just didn't show up. I kept bugging my Lego stores. I wasn't buying much online at that point.
Dirty.
And then it got to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm going to import the knockoff. Mm-hmm. And then it finally became available. Like I was literally a couple of days away from committing to the order. Like if I had my pay, I would have already had done it.
Yeah.
And then I just had so much fun, and I took it out to the park and through the grass. And then as soon as it snowed that year, I did it in the snow. Just a lot of fun.
Oh, I guess I have to do it in front of the camera. That might help.
This
glare no glare.
This is wrong. I'm looking like, nope. Lego math. When you understand it, it's real easy to tell. Like, no.
All right, this might work. Yeah, check this old bad boy out.
Oh my God, the good old stuff. So I know a lot of people look at it and go, oh, that sucks. But it's like, no, that's the original stuff.
Before they actually called it a 2-in-1, it was literally 2 sets. You could build one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has the blue seat in the buggy for those little figures.
Oh, that's pretty damn cool.
Build a bike or the buggy. And then this was the function, if you can see here.
Dude, you know what for some of the old sets, the books are worth so much money compared to the actual set. That's why
I've kept it all these years. Yeah.
Having the paper manuals for those.
But see the old school implementation for the motors before it was remote. They had the wire.
Goodness. Hang on one sec.
Oh, okay.
Wow, look at the old big box.
With the cables.
Oh, and I've got like 12 of those wheels. I bought them. Yeah, there was a store here called Lasting Toys or something like that. And then they went under. They were the best unofficial Lego store.
And they went under.
And they went under. They were in Mississauga.
Yeah.
And they were also one of the original sponsors for BrickFet. Great show. And I mean, when he went under, people were just upset. The guy was so nice. His stuff was fairly priced. 2, 3, 4 years later, when the stuff was discontinued, he was still pricing it very fairly on the shelf, which he didn't have to do.
That's right. Here's that Technic set that I got that guy from. It was like combat or something. Like it was like good versus evil or whatever. And you had
really? It's so crazy looking, that figure, by the way. I mean, he looks like a Borg child, like
totally
Borg the teenage years. I mean, Locutus the teenage years.
Yeah.
There's something for the Star Trek fans out there.
Prepubescent.
Locutus? Who's Locutus?
Or well shaven. Oh, I do have the guy. Where is he? Where'd he go, dude?
Big Nate says he remembers those battery boxes.
Oh yeah, I never got the battery box with that set, but it did like advertise it that way.
It's funny, you know, when I go to some of the shows and you see people walk past boxes of that stuff, it's like, you're so stupid. Should be scooping that stuff up.
So here it is, still with the 2005 dust on it. and then
dust.
My only gripe was this should be a gear, but
okay,
it's only because the over usage of this mechanism doing this,
yeah,
has been me wearing it out. So I've ripped a couple of tires on this one.
Dude, that thing is brutal.
It's because it has like this weird, like there's a pinch point where it's just like sitting there stiff, and then as soon as it reaches that, it springs out.
Yeah, all that potential power. Boom.
Perfect for having a twin sister, bro.
It should have had a little picture of Mike Tyson on it. I mean, they help sell it and promote it.
But yeah, it's because in some countries they weren't allowed to use this yellow puncher piece as a projectile, so they had to think up other ways to send it over here. So in like I don't know if it's European countries, but other countries where they're allowed the gun pieces, they were allowed to use gun pieces. Oh, this piece fits into a mechanism that fires it.
What was it? North America that said or?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. I think some parenting group, because I remember the late 70s, some of the parenting groups who killed like Dungeons and Dragons. They were afraid people were going to put their kids in ovens and like just ridiculous. Be better parents. Yeah. You know, check in on your kids, see what they're doing.
Yeah, my parents, they were like, "You're being too quiet."
You know, like I was 18, and you know, she wanted to password this. I went in her room, right? I want to know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's I'm not a what's the word? I try not to shelter her too much, but we did. We're sure we did. We did. But I also give her everything we didn't have as kids.
That's right.
And she's getting a free ride in university. All she's got to do is get the grades. So,
yeah,
she'll put up with Daddy a little bit longer. Yeah, it's to her advantage.
I was already on my
the
own.
Overbearing father.
I was on my own and paying for my own college.
Dude, well, that's the thing. She doesn't even know what it's like to get student loans.
I didn't do that at all. No, I was kind of stupid and got a job at like 15 working at Wendy's being a fry cook.
I had some jobs, but I still needed the loans. And
so the thing was,
I wasn't too wise with my money either. So
I could work at 15 legally, but I couldn't touch cash or interject with customers until I was 16 because, I was youth.
Yeah.
At that time. So yeah, that was all right though. I got my first job when I was 15. So before that I cut grass and picked up dog crap and whatnot. But I mean, my first job, SIN number job. Yeah. As soon as I was 15 and Wendy's hired me out on the highway there. And I was like, now I can buy Lego with my first check. No, I bought shoes and a bunch of clothes, strings for my guitar. I did not.
My daughter was shocked that I have a SIN card because they don't have those anymore.
They don't. I do.
No. It's a printout. You get a piece of paper.
So you got your red and white.
Oh, dude, my card is held together with glue, tape, and prayers.
Oh, is it peeling?
Well, it's
or is it just rubbing?
It's cracked and disintegrating, oh yeah, yeah. No, it's something else. Keep in mind, I've had it in my wallet my whole life. I'm not one of those. I didn't leave it at home or anything. It's been in my back pocket one way or the other.
Never, ever. No, I don't take that stuff out. You got your health card too? Your old red and white health card?
Yep. With an OHIP number on it.
Yep.
With an OHIP number still on it. Yeah.
I got my actual.
A lot of people have the red and whites, but they don't have the OHIP number on it. I have the OHIP number still on it.
Yeah, mine's got that. Yeah, I got the original and I got my birth certificate too. Yeah. So yeah, what's your social and security number or your full name and address, please? No, just kidding.
666.
Yes, you register. You get your SIN registered at birth. Yeah, that's right. That's what Mama was saying down there. You get your SIN registry at birth there. Oh, and she says she's off. Have a good night, Mama. Thanks for
Take it
chatting.
easy, Eileen. Have a good one. Yeah, so she says her trip's getting cheaper because of her age now.
Really? Like they give
Senior
older
discount.
people a discount? That's nice.
Apparently. I gotta lie and start saying I'm older. Shoot.
Yeah. Well, you threw me off. You were saying just before I popped on there about how you dyed your hair or something like that.
Well, the beard. I did it 5 times
off.
last year.
You threw me off so bad because I've
to-
watched you go gray, you know, over the years. So it's funny when you did that, I was like, wait, what? What did he? Who?
Yeah,
what
when I
stream
came
is
on
this?
dark
Is this live?
brown, it threw a lot of people off. I
Is
shaved
this
it
live?
clean, and then I went dark brown, which was my original color, and like I loved it. And it definitely like that takes 10 years right off the top.
Yeah.
Shaving helps, and then dyeing it brown. It was fun, but my body, even when I used henna, like I used Just for Men at first, and then my skin clearly didn't like that. Then I went to henna, which is all natural, right? My body still didn't like that shit. So it's like after 5 times, like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore. You know, if I find something else and someone really recommends it, fine. But
yeah,
no, it ain't. Not for me. It's not worth the hassle. I'm not that vain. I was having some fun. I had it.
So I got this other build that came with that little hammer thing. And what this one does?
Oh my god, that thing is so weird looking.
Is the weirdest thing. So I guess it's supposed to resemble a scorpion. It's going to be hard to like show you. The guy kind of falls out of the broken chair.
So if you screwed yourself by giving me that figure, because now you're short a figure, you're probably never going to be.
Did you not just see what I had in my hand? Look.
No, I get it, but you know,
look.
Why? How many of these you got coming out of your butt? I mean,
I don't. That was the only one that I have coming out my butt. This one is the double.
Thanks for giving me that one.
This was his clone. This is his clone.
I've got your DNA, do I? I'm going to clone Kevin.
No, I washed it very well. It's the clone of this. So this one here was broken on the eye patch. Yeah, keep me up. This you can't see the damn glare I got going on. Turn this around.
Oh, but yeah, you're right. The thing came right off though.
Yeah. And you were wondering about how this came off. So
yeah.
So if I can do this backwards and hit myself in the face with this, you just kind of.
Yeah. Here goes the eye. Damn.
I don't know where that went, but I just heard it land, so it went far. And then in this one has 10 coin.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that pops off just fine. His head pops off.
Okay.
Like the arms all come apart. Like that's why growing up with these when I was like 12 years old and stuff.
Dude,
like,
I might not have playing with Lego if I had those figures.
It wasn't a very like so cool. They didn't have them very much. Like there was like so hard to get a hold of.
But I'm probably going to go on BrickLink and maybe see what I can scrounge up or something.
Let me show you this bad boy.
I think there's a lot of potential in using them.
This was one of when they used to have elastics in the sets. This is one of those like you can see in the middle here. There's like a little string that's broken. So there's elastic that goes on this wheel. And if you look when I turn that wheel, it moves the tires, right?
Yep.
So that elastic, you pull this back, that elastic winds up to make it go forward. And then there's elastic that holds its arms open. And when you hit the bumper, it allows the arms to fold to capture the guy in front of him. But if he punches the target in time, it would knock the eyes back. So if you see the eyes are a grr and it comes at you with these open, then the claws close on the guy and he hits the target and it makes the eyes look like that. And those are just those little pieces with stickers on them.
Okay.
And of course, I don't know what happened to one of these tubes. I probably used it for a bong or something. I don't know. But there was like the cutest little thing.
Hey, but that stuff you could get some Home Depot tubing.
100%.
It may not be the same color, but you could still do something.
I added the blue chair because it didn't like for whatever ridiculous reason it didn't come with a spot to stick the other guy, but it came with the other guy. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that 100%. But yeah, I gave you the better one out of the two guys because this one had more like coffee dripped on them and whatever the rest of that.
You never did tell me what the damages were. or
Oh, for the figure?
yeah.
Or for the
I
shipping?
didn't want you to be out of pocket for that.
Honestly, I wasn't really looking at that. It was probably something maybe like maximum $12, but don't worry about it, Rick. That's for you because I know you're going to put that to good use for me.
Well, hey, I'm already putting it in cars and stuff.
Yeah, every time I watch and I see that guy
thing will
come
probably
out,
it'll probably live on my desk in some
Mhm.
form. Actually, where is he? There he is. He's
like
in the
the yellow
in the
Jeep
street
that they
rodder.
have, that yellow Jeep you have, you can stick them in there. You can put them in almost anything.
Oh, well, actually, I'll try it. I got a feeling he's going to look even smaller. He's going to look more like a boy in that one.
So the yellow Jeep you have, I think, is the recreation of this yellow Jeep, isn't it? When they did this way back.
So? You think that's what they were intending? I mean,
what they had to do with, and that's a Jeep. And this was also one of those 2-in-1s before it was a 2-in-1. There's a smaller race car that comes.
I'm not sure they were necessarily thinking of the old. I think they were just looking like using modern techniques. Hey, let's make a co-branded Jeep because that's, branded with Jeep,
True. But yeah, this is, I went and I purchased these off eBay once upon a time because I was like, oh, I got to have this because I have more of those tires to build this.
Right.
I gotta have more Technic stuff. And then I got older and there's one of the originals right there. I wasn't going to let that one go though.
That's a porn star. Porn stash or something.
Okay, so I was gonna say what the guy from Super Troopers, but okay, yeah, same difference.
Super Trooper, yep.
Who wants a Mexican mustache ride, right?
I
do.
Here's the thing. So I need to watch this show to figure out this character porn stash because it was my daughter who educated me. That's porn stash. What? She goes, I know this guy. Oh,
I don't know that. I don't know what that is. Then
the actor who plays Master Chief in Halo for the TV series. She goes, that's porn stash. I go, excuse me? She goes, no. He's really cool. It's a character in a show. And I don't know what show she watched, but apparently she's watching cooler shit than her father is.
Yeah, I'm not into TV.
Well, it's hard. I mean, so much TV sucks.
So you can look this up on Google. It's a Lego Technic 3.5 minifigure. And tell her, look, they even made a Lego porn stash. So
I got to get it by June or July so I can give it to her.
There you go. He does it. So I always thought he was a race car driver. But then once upon a time, a girlfriend said, oh, it's a little cowboy. And when she said that, I thought it was like the most homophobic thing that she ever said. I was like, what are you trying to say? Like, no, cowboy, why? And then I was like, yeah, I guess, but no, it's a racing suit. She's like, no, it's definitely like a little fruity cowboy. Look at him.
A dance jumpsuit, something or other, a little Elvis from the 70s or something.
That's when he got ripped out of the driver's seat and this guy got put in. I was like, there, he's just like me. He's got nothing in his head and nothing in his heart because you stole it, and he's bald.
Goddamn.
I used to have, like I was saying once before, like action figure collection used to be my main focus. But as soon as Lego came out with superhero stuff, I was like, done deal. I can take everything and just turn it into one hobby now.
It's the superhero stuff that hasn't done it for me with Lego. There's only been a few sets. I'll tell you one that has escaped me so far. Daily Bugle. To me, it's a boring build, but it's so epic in size and the figures and.
Well, see, I'm just talking figures, right? So, figures' sake, it's the same price range to get this figure in Lego as it is to get it as a whatever inch doll. Now, they're always changing the line of the scale, so nothing freaking lines up, and you're always having to buy more and more. With Lego, I can build it if I want something different, and it comes with bricks. The figure that's $50 comes with bricks. That one just comes with a head or an arm. You have to buy the whole line to now complete this one character. Whereas Lego, So it was an easy
Like, as much as
turn
I
for
would
me.
love to get into stuff like with the Star Wars, with the Black Series, it's a figure. I'm going to take it out of the box because I will. I'll take it out of the box. I'll put it on the shelf. I'll look at it. And that's the end of it.
Mhm.
And for me, that's not enough. Especially if I'm going to go down that rabbit hole and spend that much money.
Yeah. But
So
I don't know. I was like
bricks
right
are
into the
just an
action
easier way
figures.
for me to burn my money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm far happier.
I was so into the action figures. I had in my apartment at the time, a 2-bedroom apartment, the whole like living area just
Mm-hmm.
completely surrounded with shelves around the roof, never close to the ceiling, just covered in action figures. Everything from your Ecto one and your Scooby Doos and your mystery vans and your turtle vans, everything like you could ever imagine. I just slowly eBayed it off, got rid of it, traded it up for Legos. Like just I don't know. Took up too much room, couldn't display it all, wouldn't let anybody play with it.
See, my
It didn't have
wife is so
yeah.
afraid. That's my next step is I'm going to run the shelf all across the top. Like, I've threatened to do it. What I did overhead was literally retaliation for when she
Nice.
said, hey, the agreement was like, I can have all these display cabinets for the built stuff, right? But she said, for your backlog, for your collection, the stuff you're going to keep and build, it's got to stay at your desk. I go, I don't have a lot of room. And we literally agreed to 79. That's why I tell everyone, it's burned in my head, 79 by 79 inches. Well, no one said nothing about me going to the roof. So first Billies all around me. And it was these 3 Billies,
Mm-hmm.
230, let's say they're 31 inches, 231 inches, and then the half, right?
Yeah.
With the glass door. And actually, the glass door was for her, and I don't even really want. I'm probably going to take it off. I don't even want the door on there. It's a pain in the ass because I've never actually put anything really on display in there much. Because that used to be her display area.
Yeah.
Now she's got a proper Leotor. That's a $400. Now it's a $500 cabinet. It's actually worth more than when we bought it because it's in beautiful condition.
Yeah.
And then I bought these 2, and then I put the hutch on the back of this, and then I built a shelf up there, and then it was like, when she limited me, it's like, you know what? I'm putting planks across the top. Go to Home Depot, get those 8-foot planks, get them cut to 60. Well, no, it'd be 79 inches or 78 inches. I think I had to cut down to 78 because I got a 1 or 2 inch trimmer.
Oh, nice.
And they're not bolted down. I can pop them off anytime. They're just sitting nice and tight. But yeah, that was literally retaliation for her saying, oh, no, you can't go beyond that area. I go, okay, I'll go up. No problem. And I came home with 3 to test it, and it worked really good. And I went back out and got 4 more the next day with my daughter. And I tell you, I know to this day she really hates it. Now, some people come over, oh, it's cool. And other people go, oh, my God, you built a room in a room, which I did. I effectively
That
did.
is so cool. Cubicle.
Yeah, well, no, that's it. I built myself a cubicle.
So they had this little brick built engine. If you look right there, you can see the piston. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then so that inside this engine block is all the gears, right?
Okay.
So it's like a brick built.
Sounds a little grindy, though.
Okay, so it's been through hell.
It's been through hell.
And it's not, what do you call that? It's
Here's a question for you, because I know you do all the models, right? The RT stuff. Have you put any kind of special plastic lube on these things?
I try, but it's strongly suggested against when it comes to Lego. They say because it's the Lego compound that it's susceptible to wear differently because you use lube.
Yeah. Well, there's supposed to be special lubes just for plastic gears, and I'm just curious
I would try marine grease. I think that would be the best.
Okay.
But I think it's just because I'm still using the parts that I got with the set, so they're just really chewed up.
I seen so one guy on YouTube, he was showing the improvements he was having with certain gearing experiments he likes to do with Lego, and he applied some lubes. I can't remember what it was. I should have paid more attention. And just the improvement and the less wear and like everything he was trying to accomplish was just better until he killed it.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He kills Lego. But he stresses the hell out of it, but he shows just how much farther he can push it.
So, but what they've done here is they've turned that into so the engine can turn the one rear wheel at least. And then what you do is when they have the power function, all the power function does is it lines up right where that one stud comes out from that turns the motor piston, right? So whatever turns this motor piston, that's where your motor would sit, and it would drive this wheel to make the wheel spin. But on the other side of the motor, it's actually missing the piston, and that's because I swallowed it.
Oh, dude.
The day I got it when I was like 7, 8, 9, 12 years old, who the hell knows? I was like, I had this engine piece, and I was like, oh, look. Are you choking?
God.
Are you choking? Are you? And I'm doing the whole like, I'm choking. They taught us this was not a joke.
Yeah.
And are you really choking? Quit effing around. Oh shit, he's choking.
And no one has done anything.
Were you choking, or you were just trying not to swallow it? I'm like, I don't know. I was scared, and I didn't want to lose my leg. And my dad's like, well, I guess you'd be looking in your poop for the next couple of days. And every time I took a crap for like 3 weeks. Did you find it yet?
Oh,
did you find it yet? Yeah, because
it's been a day or two tops.
My dad's awesome that way. He'd just be like, "Did you find it yet?" every time he caught me coming out of the bathroom, find it yet? What?
I wonder. Well, okay, here's the thing. I wonder if your stomach acid is enough to break down this particular plastic.
I don't think so. I really don't
think so.
No, because because I've seen kids.
Now I want to take a can of Coke because it's milder than stomach acid.
I've seen BBs.
I want to see how it does with
child. Like I've seen, like pellet BBs that a kid picked up and thought was like candies. I've seen them turn that out before, but like maybe they're too young for it to break down their stomach acid. It is different plastic, but I don't know. It's curious. Like I've seen it come out of my dog's crap before, so I know they can pass it just fine.
Yeah, but different acids, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's actually, that's a scientific test. We could do someone could do the test what the stomach acid content is, and then mix a concoction up, put Lego in it. But yeah,
that's saying we wouldn't have to do stomach acid if we can be sure. Let's say cola, if whatever the pH is for cola, if it's less than if it's the same or less, and if it eats the plastic in a day or two, then we know that's where it went. It just
true enough.
It got broken down.
Now this does also it does have another. I forgot about this too. So it has another set of gears that turns the front tires.
Oh sure, yeah.
And I can't remember what this system is called, but it's just this knob up here, and it goes down to a rod, which goes to another set of gears that goes to the front. And then I don't know if you can see that gear in the front here.
Yep.
But that turns another gear. And what it is, it allows you to put a second motor function on it so you can have steering and driving. But it was all corded back then, right? Y'all had cords.
Really?
So I've always my whole
drive by wire. That's crazy.
Yeah, drive by wire. Yeah, like I showed in the pamphlet there. But like I have always thought like this would be cool to make RC one day, and I'm gonna do it. I just don't know when. Because come on, man, like I might.
When you do get around to it, then you got to get something. It's called Blue Wiz, BLUWIZZ. It's a Bluetooth receiver transmitter, custom made for Lego. It is so much better than Lego's.
I guess
RF.
if that's using, but I was just gonna go and mount some RC crap into the Lego because I have extra RC stuff.
Yeah, well, no, hey, use your quality stuff for sure.
I got anyway, but I have an idea that instead of doing it from this particular thing I hold in my hand, because I've sent this down the stairs. This has been around a lot of my life. I probably shouldn't do it to the actual Lego, but I could do it with some spare Legos or some aftermarket Legos.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, that's what I've always thought. Like, oh, I should totally turn this RC, but in order to do it, it might get a little custom.
Yeah.
Because doing it, like you said, like doing it with the Lego actual stuff, it's not going to be what I consider RC.
Well, and the performance is not going to. It's not going to be enjoyable.
You do make a good point
compared to what you do.
That Blue app, I've actually
Blue Wiz. So you get the device. Yeah, you use their hardware, and they're
looking at it.
Oh, it's really good stuff.
It keeps them. It's
because
been improving.
So Legos RF is like 10 feet or something. Because that little track car I had, If it got 10 or 12 feet away, it would stop. And I'd walk. So I'd be walking with it. And it was fine as long as I kept up with it. But if it got 10, 15 feet away, it cut out.
Yeah.
But the Blue Wiz, yeah, you had Bluetooth distance. So 99 feet, give or take.
Yeah.
So you could actually have some fun with it.
But you were saying you actually have some of these fatties, these fat tires?
I have probably 12 in that scale. And I just bought a bunch. I was buying a bunch of his wheel hubs, a bunch of his tires, and a couple different scales, just because I had visions. Oh, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make that. Now, I did actually make an almost scale to the tire, kind of a grasshopper, but of course, no motors, no nothing. Just it had a look.
A grasshopper? Is that more like?
Well, grasshopper was an entry-level Tamiya RC car that I had as a kid.
Oh, okay, kind of like the Hornet, the same look like this.
It was
same
pretty
look.
much the cheapest one. It was kind of your starter version, because there's 2 or 4 that were at that one level that was cheapy from Tamiya, and that was the one I had, the grasshopper.
Because I don't know if mine's Tamiya or
under
or
it was fun, but it was underpowered.
But I have the Golden Arrow. That's what I don't know if you've seen any of my RC content there, but my Golden Arrow, oh, that's the one my dad handed me down. It was originally black from Radio Shack, a black one. Oh, yeah. A lot like the Tamiya Hornet, but I believe this one was a Tyco. So the
Radio Shack one, that was a Tandy.
Tandy?
Tandy, Tandy probably.
It may have been, yeah. I mean, I could go and grab it, but I think the only thing it ever says on it now is Radio Shack.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to go look at it.
Tandy Corporation.
It looked just like
either owned Radio Shack or was exclusive supplier.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. But it
looked
a lot
Tandy
like
computers, Tandy RC. There was a bunch of stuff they did.
It looked a lot like this one. Just a little buggy 2-wheel drive.
Oh, that thing is so cool. You know what? They got a new Lego buggy right now. That's roughly it's smaller than what you're holding.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's smaller. You'd have to take a close-up look. It's easy if you could look at the tire on it in the picture, because you got measurements on your tires right now, and you'll be able to tell.
Oh,
because if you so you see you see that there on the side. Now, if you look at the photography, or if you look on BrickLink, you'll be able to see the measurements that they have for that set. But assuming that's a release set. If it's not released, then BrickLink won't have that info yet.
You got me looking at these, and I noticed these are so old they've got mouse chew marks in them.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I can't say I have anything. I might have some with baby chew marks, but I'm pretty sure it's not a mouse. Oh, that was something that drove me crazy. So my comic book boxes. The long ones, the long white ones, the ones that would hold 150 or 300 or whatever. Oh, wow.
You took 2 whole treads off the little shit. Now my tire's going to be totally unbalanced. What the fuck?
Oh, man, it ain't so bad.
Yeah, no, not at all. So I'm going to probably need 4 of those if you got any for sale.
We can probably work something out.
Because I'll gladly put those on my RC build and replace those tires. But yeah, I always thought those Technic builds are really cool, but they went from that to this, and I was like, no.
Nope.
Like, no. Oh, you remember the fracking, what do they call them? The model builds, the Technic model builds, where they had the Transport and the Roadster and like the Transport Bobcat.
I kill for some of those.
They fit these little guys. They fit these guys. Really? And me and my buddy would play like Mad Max all the time with our Technic builds. Loved doing that because it fit G.I. Joe and a couple other figures we had kicking around. They were that size, right?
I wish I had any of my old G.I. Joes. All I got this horrible one that came with that one set I built 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and it's a horrible G.I. Joe.
Your holy grail is that
Zartan.
Zartan, yeah.
That it's the only one I want, just because I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
color changing figure with a cool little riding thing. And
Yeah, all I want back is, from my childhood at least, is the Cobra Phantom Jet. The same thing as the G.I. Joe one, but it was the Cobra one.
I gave my daughter my Sky Striker.
I think that's what it was supposed to be the same as, because they always just did that.
I think when we finally gave up on it, it was probably missing a few of the missiles. But it still wasn't bad. Oh, and one of the wings had curled because during one of the moves, we put it in a box on an angle.
And it was bent for so long.
Left it in there too long, yeah. And there might have even possibly been a heat issue. I don't know, but it did bend. I know I could have used warm water and bend it back. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even a half inch out, but it was out enough that I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I love that thing. My dog actually chewed the booster that clipped onto the back, the yellow exhaust booster. He chewed a bit of it. That was like the worst thing it got. But I used to love that thing. It was my favorite. I used to take all the back pieces off so I can stick my hand in it. And I'd like fly it around.
I thought the Sky Striker was the best G.I. Joe toy ever because it was pretty realistic. I mean, it wasn't bad for its size, the scale. It had actual sweep wings. Good assortment of weapons on it. I'm trying to think its pilot had kind of an astronaut suit. I don't know if I really like that so much, but still I thought it was cool. Oh, Wild Bill from the helicopter set. That's my second favorite one. I had the G.I. Joe helicopter. Well, and I also had the Cobra Hiss, which was a tiny one, but the G.I. Joe one was really super cool. Oh, look at that. Printed canopy. That's a nice one.
Oh,
thank God I don't have to sticker that. That looks good. And I don't know if you saw the video of the new ones. They're going to do even better jobs on the printed canopies going forward, like down to the edge and everything.
That'd be all right.
So, they've come a long way in a couple of years with these sets. Because I just, before they were just sets for parts for me. When I saw them on sale, I'd buy them, and I didn't care. There's some printed parts.
Oh.
On a quarter round.
Well, it would be a prick to try and sticker, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. And on this one, and a tiny, look at this one. I don't know.
That's interesting indeed.
I'll put it. Let's see.
So it's a multi-piece detail is what it is.
Yeah.
That would have been tricky.
So they're very capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Just like Lego does. Come on, Lego.
I imagine they just take what bricks where they want the sticker and they just lay it over and then go, okay, so now the machine just has to print this orientation like this.
You just make a little jig, kind of like what I do here with this, right?
Yeah.
And some guys who do custom printing for you, that's all they're doing.
100%.
They got a
100%.
Jig, boom, boom, boom. You've probably seen the ads on Instagram where they'll do a heart for you with your photo.
Yep.
Family photo. And all they're doing is slapping stuff together and then doing their pad printing on it.
I'm going to share my screen with you here for a second.
Oh, yeah?
Because I got...
as soon as I hear the pop up.
Window. That's what I want. Okay. This one. Okay. So... Is that working? Oh, cool. Oh, okay. No, yes. What am I doing?
Okay, I haven't shown it yet, so I see a couch.
Okay, you're good. Yeah, I got it.
I can show it?
Do it up.
Just in case you got something you don't want me.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I had this couch at my house like this, right?
Okay, nice.
And we decided it was here when we moved in, is a sectional, and we didn't want it. So we stripped it down. This is just pictures off the internet to give you reference, but we stripped it down.
Damn.
So that we could take all the wood, right?
Okay.
But these aren't my pictures. They're just off the internet, but I was giving you a reference. And then this is what I more or less made it into. And then I have to change this. Stop.
Okay. So
hold on. I'm coming back with another one here for you because I got another one.
You show that big ass unit, and then we see the little kind of coffee table tea tray.
Let's go.
What you do with the rest of the wood?
This guy? No, window. I'm trying to we burnt it or threw it in the garbage, one of the two. Then I got, okay, there we go. Okay, now you can share that one. And I can show you what I actually made. The pieces that we ripped apart of the couch. I made this table.
Yeah.
And here's
That's the one in your video. I saw.
Yeah,
Nice.
side profile. And like, yeah, that's what I did. I just cut it up and then stapled it back together with my oh, there's a jazz poster. That wasn't supposed to go that far. Good thing it wasn't new.
Yeah.
No, I don't have shit like that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't have shit like that. But yeah, I was actually rather impressed with that. In the video I sent to my dad, I sent to you guys because I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, just cut it up and stuck it all together with air gun with the nails, and she actually worked out pretty good. But yeah, that was the other one, the other picture that I showed. That was what I was trying to say was I was going to trying to make like a coffee table / lazy table or something. But what it was, we didn't want this couch. It's just like, ew, furniture from other people and yuck.
Yeah, it's like, so my daughter's discovered Marketplace and she goes, hey, look, this is free or this is whatever. I go, now remember, because there's been neighbors, right? And they got something and then they ended up with the bed bug problem. 18 months of their life.
Yeah.
Like ruined because half the crap was on their balcony in bags. The other half they destroyed. They had to leave the stuff sealed up until they were sure everything inside was dead, spraying the works. And I said, well, our house I am willing to buy anything in life that she wants to not have these problems.
Yeah.
I will put up with that expense. I don't want those problems.
That's right.
And it sucks because, it'd be nice to save money on certain things. Like, no, it's okay. I will just get you what you need. You tell me what you need. Just you be honest. You tell me what you need. You got to learn to sell it to me. And that's a skill in life too, right?
Right.
Learning how to get what you want and learning how to convey it in such a way that Daddy will say yes instead of no.
But yeah, we didn't really want the couch, but we couldn't get rid of it because it's going to cost money to take it to the dump. Because that's what we have to do is go to the dump, and they want money to get rid of it at the dump. So the best way to do is break it down small enough that you can throw it in the garbage. Well, if you just throw it in the garbage, you might as well, make something out of what you can. So
one of my friends had a problem with his house.
That's how that happened.
With the recycling.
So that's how that happened. Yeah.
His problem was they weren't taking the recycling because they said, no, this doesn't go in the recycling.
Oh, isn't that a jerk? Yeah.
No. I got the other way around. They put it in the garbage and they said, no, it's recycling. And they gave a phone number, whatever, that they can call and to get the recycling picked up and what you can put in and all this stuff. Well, and it was recyclable goods. It was. So his mistake. But he turned around and he just contaminated it with oils and greases and other stuff. Guess what now? It's garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally all it took. And
that's
like,
literally
now you got
how,
to pick it up. It's garbage now.
That's literally how I do it here. We have a paper that we can burn with no plastics or heavy print on it, and we have recycling for glass, plastic, and paper or whatever. And if you don't want to rinse your recycling, then it's garbage. I don't want your unrinsed whatever in the recycling because recycling sticks around for however long it takes for the recycling to get full. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, where are these bugs coming from?
Yeah, I get it.
And here it was, somebody didn't rinse out a Tim Hortons cup.
Oh, dude, coffee, man. Biggest stink you'll get. I tell you, I know that from experience.
Working at Tim Hortons, I know. It doesn't take but 3 days for that to happen with a coffee cup.
So we ban people from bringing Tim Hortons coffee into the locker room because people had the habit of putting their coffee cup in their locker. And then they forget about it, and then they punch out at the end of the day. So they come back, if they're on my schedule, it's Wednesday, so they don't come back to Sunday. Dude, the locker room, oh my God.
And you let that grow long enough, you'll have mushrooms or marshmallows, one of the two.
Something, yeah. Nope. It's yeah. I mean, things you learn the hard way.
Well, I mean, you leave a coffee cup long enough, it'll start growing marshmallows and mushrooms off the side of it.
Dude, you got penicillin with
Yeah.
enough time. I mean,
No.
I think it has to be refined before it's penicillin.
well, yeah. I mean, yeah. If you're dumb enough to take that straight up and think that's going to cure your problems, you got more problems than your.
I don't feel good. Here, lick this mold spore.
Lick this mold.
It might help.
This will help.
I hear it's penicillin.
Well, let's be honest. Pretty much all medical discoveries were
exactly how it
accidents
happened.
or risky roll of the dice. It's like, well, you're going anyway. Let's try this.
Well, have you ever watched Dr. House? That's what it seems like, the Russian roulette of medicine. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that guy, I tell you, I could watch him all day long because his
Oh,
personality just appeals to me 100%.
I like him, but I'm not sure I like the show so much.
Um,
I feel like he'd do better if it wasn't a forced dynamic.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
It's just, I'm not a big TV person either, so. But I do love that actor. He's awesome. He's so funny, witty, quick.
Yeah. No, it's that show I love. I wish I could have watched a lot of it. I didn't.
Yeah, we watch a lot of it around here. It's on the TV in the room that I pass by. I get sucked in. Especially with it.
I'll definitely stop channel surfing if I see it, but I don't channel surf much.
To see it or whatever, yeah. Well, if I hear him talking, I'll sit down because he's always got the greatest comebacks and quiffs that you can't ignore. That it's life lessons in a soliloquy.
Yep. And I look at his character and I go like, he's definitely a throwback, and that's what I love about him because, like, he'd be looking at today's shit and just thinking, "What the hell, people?"
Yep.
You all failed at the game of life because you guys haven't figured things out.
My one roommate watches those Two Broke Girls.
Oh, and that show was so funny.
I find myself questioning the other night, like, I wonder how much of Max's dialogue is scripted because she's the bomb. She's funny.
Oh, she was quite the comedian.
So natural. She's so natural. Like,
actually, I don't know if it was on YouTube or somewhere else. Someone just did a documentary on her, like a 1 hour. It was probably YouTube since I spend most of my time there, but just brilliant stuff.
But like they line her up. Like I was like really trying to pay attention the other night, and I still got off track because the ADD sucked in. I was laughing my ass off. But like they line her up for those one-liners so that like she doesn't really have any lines. It's just her rebuttaling time and time again and making funny jokes, just constantly, just so hilarious. Just turning all these sensitive situations into like laughing ones. It's good.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I would love to know how much of that is just her.
That's what I mean. I want to know because it's so
how
good.
much is off the cuff,
or at least how much
it
input
can't be
does she
too
have,
much because then the Writers Guild they cry foul.
I almost feel like it's like
when
here's your
actors
script.
ad-lib too much.
Yeah, but I feel like they go, here's your script, and then she reads to a point and then makes a joke, and they go, okay, we can add that. Oh, okay. So she keeps reading, and then she goes, why don't you just say this? And they're like, we can do that. And I think it's just that's how I feel.
In the end, as long as a writer gets credit for it, I don't think they care.
It's either that or they write her character really well to her personality. I find it's one of those two for sure. She's really good at what she does.
She's actually very lucky that she's been able to jump, and now she's part of the Marvel universe, so she's got that working for her.
Yeah, I love that.
Which seems to be guaranteed money as long as you don't mind giving up that part of your life.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Steady income isn't so bad either.
No. It's...
merch. The merch comes in. She'll have an actual action figure after her now.
Yeah, if she's got that's got to be the coolest thing to have a real figure.
Mm-hmm. Well, they joked about it in Two Broke Girls. Her being a superhero. A fan base made a fan-based comic book about her and yada yada yada. There's some kind of story, some kind of storyline where Caroline was the Yak and Max was the Xena Princess Warrior.
No way.
Yes,
See,
wait.
that show bothered me so much when I was
Okay, I
younger.
don't like the show. Okay, but my roommate's girlfriend watches it, and like I said, like you hear Max going off, and you got to sit down for her scene because it's just so. And then Oleg gets in there with his sexual shit, and you're like, wow, this aired on TV, man.
Yeah.
We would not be allowed to watch this growing up as a kid. We were barely allowed to like watch Married with Children, and that was cutting it damn close. Back then. Oh man, I just love it though. It's
And
so funny.
I tell you, well, see, that was Fox, the birth of Fox. And Fox was so cutting edge in the beginning. Everything they did was gold for us.
Were they the ones that had South Park?
Yeah, probably.
The only ones that would touch South Park, yeah.
Yeah, and that helped dethrone Cosby because they put that up against him, and after 1 year, he quit.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't even change time slots. He just, I'm done. Yeah.
Wow.
No, he was out of it. Which I just thought was funny. I got to replace this phone before I do my next build. It's now too thin.
But yeah, that Two Broke Girls, like you were saying, like I can't. It's cringe to me. I don't like it. That the blonde in there, she just is one of those bimboic rich people that fell to the bottom of the ladder, and it's like the way she goes on. It's like, okay, is anybody really this daft in life? Do you have to make this character so ignorantly, like redundantly, like they have no clue? The last episode I sat in on while I was eating dinner, she got sucked into a cult, and Max is like, it's a cult, it's a cult, it's a cult, it's a cult, it's a cult. She's like, there's free booze. She's like, okay, I'll come. So they're there, and she's like, the whole time, I want to know what's in there. I want to know what's in that. Where's the alcohol? Where's the free food? Near the end of the night, it's supposed to be a slumber party with all these weird adults, right? They're all friends and yada, yada, yada. And everybody gets paired up in their own rooms. And don't worry, at the end of the night, everybody will get to make love to me, the hostess says. And Max is like, and finally Caroline goes, are you ready to go yet, Max? And she's like, not until you're ready to call it what it is. She's like, fine, it's a cult. She's like, actually, I don't want to go. She's like, oh my God. Like it is so insane, but like they make the blonde so redundantly daft. It's so cringe to me. Like,
see, what I didn't like though is the other character. They end up having her hook up with that comedian, the guy with the afro, who was living in a dumpster. I can't remember his name.
The cook or the jazz musician guy.
I don't know if he was a jazz musician, but
I don't remember the one with the
medium dark skin. He's a funny comedian. He was in the most recent Jackass movie, by the way.
Dang.
And but this was like a multi-episode love affair thing she had with this guy, and she fell in love with him because he was kind of like living in the dumpster. Like he turned a dumpster into a nice little place with a couch, and it was cool, living literally on the streets of New York or whatever. But he was actually a millionaire's son. He was just being an asshole, you know.
Didn't want to go home, yeah.
Didn't want to go home and put up with daddy's rules, and of course, I guess she kind of dug him even more. But then, like that changed the relationship, But
yeah, imagine I see that.
It was so farcical at that point. It's like, oh, I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The guy's living in a dumpster. Really,
that's a really good word for it. Farcical. Yeah. I like watching it for like the when they're having problems with they go on their own and they start their own business and stuff like that. That's not too bad. But yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole cupcake thing. Yeah. I love when they discovered the secret room.
Oh, I haven't seen that one either. Then.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, there's like, so on the back of the restaurant, there's a wall, and then there's a secret room, and they turned that into their first little attempt to have a restaurant.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
And the best part is it opens up to the street level, but it's like halfway down or some weird shit like that.
So nobody knows.
Because, of course, half of New York is ancient, so, I mean.
Yeah, and it literally is like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
But that was some more of the weird, unbelievable shit they would go through on that show. The side panels, which are kind of doors, that just Well, it's where the doors would be if they actually opened. But the technique for, let's see, look at
Wedging
that.
them in.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
just
that.
really nice detail, and this is probably the best use of stickers. I mean, it's a close match. It's not perfect, but those intakes, I mean, the shaping is really nice. Curious what they're going to do to fix this here. Tile. But yeah, 2 broke rolls. And that show to me is right up there with the one that Ryan Reynolds did back in the day. 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza place.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that one.
Yeah, that kind of really jumped his career. I know it lasted a season or 2, but it got him noticed in a big way.
Nice.
Because I think that's when he first went from BC to the States. And after that,
right,
everything just opened up for him.
So remember, we've been talking about Creo on and off. I can show
Yep.
you. I got some Creo here. I can show you. Got going on. Oh yeah, and if you look down right above the OB on my hobby, I got this custom figure that I made. I call Pie Face.
Okay.
Because I don't have the Homer Simpson figure for it. But yeah, see, they had these little minis of Creo.
Oh, wow.
And it was basically so that you could have like an extra headpiece and extra figures. This one's like a snake dude or something. This one was a firefighter, but it just was so you could have accessories and stuff, right?
Right.
And yeah, it does like come all the way apart too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if I'm going to check the arms here. Yeah, the arms come out. So
I mean,
actually,
sometime in the next couple of months, well, month or 2, I'll probably be doing Prime, and that'll be my first real Creo set.
Well, I'll have to hop on when you do, because I got that Megatron Creo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, here's a couple SWAT guys that they had. I always kind of liked these figures because they had like the ball joint movement to the shoulders and the legs.
Yeah.
In a sense.
See, Lego people can't get. I gotta admit, they do look clunky. I mean, when you see those shoulders,
they do. These look very Roblox.
Yeah.
Here's one of the Transformer versions one, and I built them like a bunch of crap out of some extra pieces. I think this one's all out of extra pieces, but yeah, I'm about to pull up the plate that carries all the Transformers because I've used to collect these like crazy. When they first came out, I thought this is going to take over. This is going to be the next takeover right here. All these, look at these.
Okay.
They're on a base plate. They're probably almost all off when I do this. Had them all lined up. Oh, okay, yeah, they're on different bricks. We might be all right. All right, show this red guy off first. So they had these foil packs you could get.
Excuse me.
Each character, and it came with this little back plate and a bunch of freaking weapons. So like the masters or whatever, I don't know. And then a translucent helmet on that guy.
Right.
Translucent legs. Oh, that's what it was. It came with like 2 sets of like body parts and stuff, so you can make like 2 robots. But he's got like this back plate thing with rockets and everything. But the translucent like helmet, that's freaking cool for medieval helmet.
So it was like a custom pack, or
yeah, it was really weird. Like, I wish I could remember, but like they have like stuff that hooks onto their arms and whatnot. Then there was this thing here. This is 2 Creo blocks, 2 different blocks that they had. Remember they had those unfolding blocks that were Creo?
Oh,
probably
weird.
not. It was the weirdest thing.
I don't know because yeah, Creo to me was just something I never really took seriously.
So they had this right here is just a block, and what it does is it all unfolds into whatever the hell this is supposed to be, like a bird or a dragon or something.
That's
but then
crazy.
it can fold back up into
Transformers.
Yeah, but it can fold all the way back up into a block and literally just be a block for bricks.
That's funny. That didn't take off.
No, I can't even get it.
They must not have marketed it right.
I probably could get it back into a brick if I really tried, but like it even has like a Technicolor on it, and like yeah, you could brick onto it. And then the other one that folds back into a brick is a dang robot. There's no way I could put this back into brick form.
Oh no.
Well, I can't remember. But his head is like just kind of squarish. But he's got some nice little print on him, like Darth Maul or something.
Pretty slick.
And a nice little helmet that came with him. Yeah, it's weird, but it's cool. And then like more onto the Transformers, so like yeah. Here you got Megatron.
Oh boy, look at that.
And then you got Starscream.
What's the one with the one eye again? I can't remember his name.
Soundwave?
No. Close. Not Soundwave.
This guy?
Shockwave.
Shockwave. Yeah. Okay,
that was my favorite one for the longest time. I had one friend only that had the actual Shockwave, and I thought,
oh, that's right. Soundwave was the one with the damn cassettes, and then
yeah, which by the way, still one of the coolest ever.
So if you look attached to his arm, oh come on, white balance. That's like a Gatling gun. That clips
he's
on
looking
there.
real crazy looking.
Yeah, that hair keeps twisting around on me. But why does he have anime hair? But if you look on his stomach, his print is the like original. Remember when he was like a jet plane back in the old school? That's the print he's coming with, is the old school jet plane. And I'm pretty sure he had like wings that went on his back, but to fit him on here, I didn't want to put them on. Oh shit! That one just lost his hat. And it came with different variations. Like here's more Starscream. Pirate Starscream? Yes, please. Bandito Starscream? Okay.
Oh my god.
Like look at the cannon there. He's got like this awesome little pirate cannon, like all these pieces. And like look, there's even a feather on it for fire. All these little pieces are so cool. And then on the side of his legs, he's got these little jet wings. They click in.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like it was very, very cool. And Lego Adversible. Oh, there's a hat that came off the guy, like a Chinese hat.
I got one time of the big lot. I'm trying to remember what I bought used. Oh, it was a UCS tumbler. One of the few sets I bought used in that scale. And the guy had included, and I recognized it, it had the crown from some huge, gigantic Starscream, like a masterpiece.
Oh,
like
the one where he takes over Unicron's
and I just
body
showed
or
him
whatever.
photos of like, dude, you showed me 3 pieces and you put all these other junk parts in there.
Yeah.
But I didn't show him those super high-end rare parts. And I knew full well. So I had another friend. I said, you know what? This guy screwed me around already. I'm going to keep these and hook up my buddy. And I still end up getting my partial refund. And I end up getting parts for my trouble. And so I just took it super personal.
Ooh, I just noticed this too. So the Megatron figure comes with whatever that bird was. His little bird guy.
Yeah, but I don't know who would have a robot bird.
He came out of Soundwave.
Oh, Laserbeak.
Razorbeak. Yeah,
Laserbeak, and there was another one, and
then
that's supposed to be really, and that's supposed to be.
Well, okay, I don't know. Maybe if there was another one, but
it makes as much sense as anything.
It came with him, so I'm gonna call it.
Sure.
But yeah, I just always thought these guys were so cool. There's another Megatron. This one's from like the cinematic.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, they had peg holes on the side of the feet, and they always put stuff in them. Like that tourniquet is so. Or not tourniquet. The face mask.
Doing some more pre-stickering because I don't want to do it later on the car. That's the thing. Like it's 15 steps later when they say, okay, now sticker it. Like, no, I don't want to do it when it's on
I know way. Put it on afterwards. Yeah. Now this is
too damn hard.
Medieval Soundwave.
Oh, nice.
And he's got a wooden bird on him or something on his arm.
I wonder if that really matches.
I mean, for the medievalness, yeah, because it's medieval, because so they wouldn't be electronic. He's like
Okay.
steam powered. Like if you could see where'd it go? If you could see the details, you would kind of come to the conclusion that he looks like he has like a wood stove chest plate gate or something.
Sure.
Like it's Bronze Day. No back print on these guys though. There's another sound wave. This is going up another era, like the steampunk era. He's got like a radio design on his chest plate.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that one so much.
No. Man, they were blind bags, actually. They had these in blind bags. That was the best part for me.
Yeah, that I remember that.
Wild West Megatron, come on, bud. Look at that scarf. Look at that Gatling gun. Look at that smokestack. Look at that. Look at that. You know. Come on.
That's
so
too
cool.
much.
So cool.
Too much.
He's got the old pegged wheels for the side, the train wheels for his leg part.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah, this guy. Dang it. Here's another one you're going to have to remind me what his stupid name is.
Oh, okay. Now, if that's a Decepticon, the Tripticon?
Yep. Tripticon. Yeah, buddy.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Big,
yes.
Yeah, big kind of Godzilla, purple. Yeah.
Yes, Tripticon. Yeah. Look at that headpiece, though, man. Look, it's a helmet. This is a helmet. If I can get it off. How does it come off? Oh, it slides off the front.
Oh, okay.
So it slides on the front of them, like, and it clicks on. That is so cool. There's enough room there. You can see like his little face, or you can shove like something in it. This guy's missing a little thing on the top of his head. This next one. Where'd that go? But it has these really cool. This one here has translucent purple rockets. I don't know who he is, but he's missing an orange cone off his head. And he's a jet plane.
I couldn't even guess.
Oh, I couldn't.
That would be something from another era.
Yeah, but there was a orange cone. There's an orange cone that goes on his head, but he's a jet plane, so he's got the back plate for the wings. There's like tons of them.
Should have Brian on, because he would
He'd
call
know?
out. Come on, he's a Transformers guy.
Here's more of one of these guys that I got.
Page 01. I mean,
see all the trans on this. Trans legs, trans helmet, like this like weird ass chrome piece, a huge ass chrome blade.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then it like this pegged fence that they always like these ones, these flashy ones with the trans parts. They came in like a bigger bag or something, and they had more build to it.
Cool, I like that.
Oh, there's that airplane's cone. So this I thought was weird. This was that cone piece for that yellow jet guy. It just goes on top of his head, but it had like these little dots. But the thing is, or these little holes, I guess. The thing is the pieces that go on their legs fit into those little holes. So I wonder. Just an odd piece, just a cylinder with those holes in it. I don't know. Not sure who this guy is. But he's a samurai.
So in one of the recent movies, they did have a samurai-looking guy. I just watched one of the movies.
So I'm not sure if that's like.
But it could also be
the green guy as a samurai. Yeah.
Well, there was a motorcycle from the movie, the first animated movie.
Yeah.
The one with Weird Al Yankovic's voice.
Yeah.
And he kind of looked like a samurai, I think.
But yeah, he's just some kind of weird samurai, that one.
That movie was cool. That was actually animated by Marvel /
That's right.
Sunbow Productions.
Bumblebee.
That's where they killed all the original Transformers and
We
made
got
everybody cry.
all the
Let's kill every Transformer. You know the
Oh,
reason
is that the
you
one
went
where
to go
Unicron comes in at the beginning?
Yep.
And Buddy's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, in the first 10 minutes they kill off like everybody, and it's
that
like
was awesome.
the reason to go see the movie, and you killed off everybody.
Starts off Transformers.
Yeah, and the soundtrack and everything. It was wicked.
Meets the eye.
Dude, I remember one of my friends. He got kind of half beat up in high school because he would listen to that soundtrack and we tell him, "Don't do it, dude. Don't do it in school."
Oh, I was that kid. I didn't. Get
it was poor guy, and it's like
I never got beat up that much, but I was that kid.
My school was kind of bad for that. And
this is a mafia gangster Bumblebee. What, or private army guy Bumblebee? What? I don't know. Jetfire Bumblebee? I don't know.
That is so weird.
It was supposed to be Bumblebee though. Private Bumblebee? I don't know. I mean, medieval Bumblebee. I'll take that every day of the week though. Anything with medieval helmet or a bow and arrow or a plume.
So there's those pieces here. I'll switch it back.
Yeah, switch it back if you want. Go ahead.
So,
that looks nice.
Yeah, so those pieces came together, and they kind of work, but at the same time, they do look kind of weird.
Weird that they did that for headlights, yeah.
Yeah.
Better than a sticker. Better than a sticker, I'll say.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to do better with a sticker.
Would they have normally just slapped a sticker on that? Would that have been their normal thing?
Oh, yeah.
Like, are they...
If it didn't have to cross over to the smaller piece, that would have been a sticker for sure.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
Because, like, I've seen them cross bricks with stickers, but I don't know how often they do that with the Speed Champions. The roommate and his kids usually do it. I'm not big into any of the city stuff, but it's getting better. It's getting so much better. The fact that 90% of that set right there could build a better operated figure standing mech, like a figure piloted mech that you could build with that set, way better than Lego's ever produced in the last 10 flipping years with that set. Because like the pieces that they're putting into it and the thought, the 8 stud, the what is that? Some of them are 12 stud, some of them are 12 stud. The Speed Champs, no? 10
Speed Champs are 8 wide now, except for this Bronco that technically is 9.
Oh, okay. So 8 stud.
But
that's what I mean. They went from, where is it? Where's my little...
So, yeah, they're 9 now. And there were 6 when I started Speed Champs.
Where's my little guy?
Like this one I'm building in my hand is an 8 wide.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I got like a little go-kart. And he's little, like what I used to grow up with. They're the 4 stud, right?
I just did what I think is my last sticker. Yeah. Sad you spend more time on stickers than building sets. No, that's ridiculous.
So I got an Optimus that's a Roman and an Optimus that's a pirate. Why would they make Optimus a pirate? But okay, I'll take that too.
Well, it's like the original robot wasn't even supposed to be a good guy. I mean,
I know, I remember. Yeah, they stole it from another company.
Yeah. Well, it's not really theft when you pretty much buy the designs or lease them or whatever.
And then change it.
Yeah. Well, no one really cared.
They actually had these combiner sets too. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot.
What, like the 5-in-1 stuff?
Bro, yes. And I have 2 of them.
I really, you know what, that got ridiculous so fast because then it was like,
that's probably why
I don't know what they call it, the combiner wars or whatever bullshit it was, but
yes,
it just got so ridiculous where everything was 5 coming together.
So Combiner Wars was okay by me. It was when they went to Headmasters that I was kind of like, okay.
I liked Headmasters. I actually bought 4 of them. But at that point, I was probably 15 or 14 years old, and it was kind of ridiculous for me to even have them. But
yeah.
Oh,
like if they'd have made it, so no, they didn't make. If they'd have done that back when Like if they could find a way to merge that with G.I. Joe, but there wasn't, because you'd have to make these massive robots.
Yeah.
So I thought, in my mind, I was like, why couldn't you have made it so that it was just the robot as a suit now, and now both shows can be combined? But no. You had to go like Headmasters. They pilot the head. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
But they were actually cool toys. I do remember.
Well, but the
liking
story
toys.
was cool because it was like it was the only way they were going to be allowed to do whatever. And
Yeah, that's true too. I remember being fully submersed in that. I was kind of mad that I didn't get sequential episodes growing up though. Like last time was the same as the time I watched it last weekend. Come on, new episode, let's go. That was the Bronco. T-Fan Page 101. How do you do?
Right there, man. Looks good. And I'm just on the last couple pages for the GT.
And I'm just showing off some random Creo figures from, when did these launch? Like 2012, 2008, something like that.
Really? I couldn't tell you the year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm spitballing. Yeah. Trying to look at a piece right now. I mean, they were pretty professional. They have the same kind of tags on their bricks as Lego would, so you can identify their bricks. And they were fully ready to go all in at one point. Anyway.
Well, I mean, that is all Hasbro, and they're not dumb as a manufacturer goes. Sometimes they just miss the mark on the marketing.
They release it too soon, or they drop it too quickly, that kind of thing too. I believe. Like you said, miss the mark. People want it, then they produce it, and then people don't buy it, and then they want it because it's not being produced.
I don't know what possessed them to make G.I. Joe in the gigantic, not the original 12 like it came from, the 12-inch, but the weird, I think it was like a 5 or 6-inch figure when they were trying to bring back G.I. Joe, and they had weird, almost He-Man like features, and I was like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah. Oh, T-Fin says, yo, Creo. Bludgeon, I have one. There's a Bludgeon? What's a Bludgeon? Is that one of the characters? Is that this guy? Because I was kind of wondering what his name was. Finally, we have a Creo professional here.
Well, he's a Transformer. Yeah, I mean,
where were you 10 minutes
he's
ago?
The guy. When people ask me stuff, I send them to him. I don't know how many actually hit him up, but
really?
I send people his way all the time. Just
there you go.
I can't say I know a whole lot. I grew up with it. I was a product of the 80s, and what was on TV I watched, but yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I didn't have the money growing up to be like a total fanboy or enthusiast, but I do what I can now that I have
G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers. That was
Hasbro lineup right there, but all the way.
That's what I had.
Okay, this one's actually got like the little clipped wings with a backpack. Like, this is crap that I think Lego should be like, hey, we can do that. And they could. It's just a neck stud with, those little bar clips, 2x1 plate with the bar on it. You know what I mean? And they've got wings clipped to it. And then they got wedges filling the in-between like it's a little jetpack. But here it is, Starfire or whatever freaking red plane guy's name was. God damn. I don't think this one is Starscream, but it's the good guy. It's the good guy version of whatever Starscream originally was. Is the one with the green shreds? Oh, okay, yeah. So Bludgeon was this guy. This is the guy I didn't know the name of. I thought this was actually the first one that I pulled out of all the Creos I ever bought and thought, okay, I'm in. Because he had all these different colors.
That's
and
he
transforms these pieces here, Rick. I don't even know what they're from, but they have a clip on them, and it's a 4x1 with like a little chainsaw action. And these were his track treads. They flip around and click in so that he can be a tank. A tank. I was gonna say bulldozer. Like, wait, he might have been a bulldozer. No, he was a tank. Yeah, because he's got this gun. You sadly missed out on Bludgeon, I believe. Well, this was the first one I had picked up. He even comes with like this plate carrier cover up that covers up his beautiful print to show that he was a badass in head protection.
Ooh, look at that. We're done. Let's see.
That looks nice.
What am I going to do here? You know what? Not a fan of stickers, but I tell you.
You did good.
This is one of the better ones.
So you had to sticker the yellow except for on the very front part of the roof.
These are orange elements,
Yeah.
but you did have an orange sticker here.
I meant like the stripe.
But everything else is sticker.
The windshield's printed? Yeah, that's nice.
That's printed. This was printed, which was nice, thank God, because that makes a big difference.
Yeah,
but apparently that's something they're going to do more of. They said they're going to do more of these shaped prints. So something to look forward to.
How do you decide your rims?
I'm going with just by the book. I mean, I'm not going, I got to be different. Like, nope. What it shows, that's what I'm going with. I know some people who will put, 5 on the front and the other one, the 8 on the back. Like, no. No.
Switch it right up.
Like, nope. But and of course, this wave of the wheels, these are just amazing. They roll so beautifully.
I did not like them at first, but I have to agree with you. Are those the racing slick ones too?
They're slightly rounded, but the rubber is bonded to the hub, to the wheel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like the tread pattern. Is the tread pattern like basically
the tread,
just
let's see
lines, or does it have a bit of deformation?
There's only a little bit of texture on the edges. Otherwise, it's smooth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like them. I like those wheels. They're kind of nice. They're better than some of the older ones.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah. I find they roll so nice. Mm-hmm.
Can't put them both on there, so.
Oh, they won't both fit?
Well, technically they will, because way back when I used to do this all the time,
put a bigger plate on top of it.
I took a IKEA Lazy Susan.
Yes.
Which that's what it looks like. The original wood. You can see the overspray. And I sprayed it white.
Atta boy.
Yeah. And I've been using that for about 3 years, give or take. It's worked pretty good.
So you just set that on top of, and then it rotates them?
Yeah, I actually measured it out one time.
Nice.
And I put 4 kind of nails. It's bad because I'm so worried it's going to scratch it, but it really hasn't done too much damage.
You could have just stuck glued Lego bricks, but yeah, it's solid.
Because I do this and I hook the one edge till I feel it catch.
Yeah. Oh, it fits over it. That's perfect. So you know where it's centering.
That's how I got the Falcon on, dude. I had to figure out how was I going to put, because the Falcon I had on the Efferman stand, and there was no way.
Right.
There was no way back in the day.
There we go. That looks fine.
And then what we'll do is, whoa.
Bam. Yeah. Yeah, that Bronco is something else.
Now, what camera? It's taken off.
Just drove off.
That was the best. That's how good those wheels roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting that F out of here.
God, I love the Bronco.
Oh, okay, so there's
blue,
that.
Blue.
Yeah, I know. It goes blue when I first activate it.
Mm.
Then I reset the white to at least 5,600.
Nice.
And see, and just changing the camera changes the built-in white level, even though I didn't change it in software. Super annoying.
And it got a little smoother too, I think, when you did that. Smoothened out.
Well, because the camera and the CMOS sensor is always competing with all the light sources, the reflectiveness of all my white on here. Well, what the hell?
I got my water.
Yeah, I know that. My daughter and my wife, they live with what they call these bubbas, these big metal water cans, right?
Oh, they're water bottles?
Water bottles. Big.
Yeah.
To me, they're like nitrous bottles. They're huge.
Yeah.
Just totally
That's what
ridiculous.
it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. Dong.
And by the way, look at this.
My roommate rocks those. They rock those. They like those. I got him one for Christmas, to be honest. $30 for one of those suckers with a solid carabiner on it. Why are you doing it sideways?
Just so you can see the top and
Oh,
bottom.
okay. Yeah, they have.
I mean, for the most part, and nice thing about doing them in order, it seems like each one I'm doing is either getting better. I mean, the Dragster was better than I thought it would be. The Challenger, I mean, I like the color scheme, but I could really, Challenger.
That Bronco, though, that Bronco seemed rather tricky, but it came together real nice.
Yeah, if I would have paid more attention to the instructions, that was funny. And now that I'm looking at it, like, it's genius. If only I had followed the instructions sooner.
But yeah, some of these back plates,
I could do a whole series of these trucks and be happy. I would really.
They have any more out yet, or is it just that?
No, and it's like.
Well, we keep saying we want it.
That's a nice scale. That's a really nice scale.
So yeah, they have this back pieces that go on these. You're aware of like a neck stud for a minifigure, right? That puts a stud on their back.
Yeah.
So what they do is they just put as much as they can. So they've got this little dual clip piece there, and then what they've done, they've put the handlebar pieces onto that clip. Then they've clipped these little Waldo things like spider legs onto it, so that it can be the Black Arachnia figure. It's like, wow. And they added in missiles. Hey, why not? There's an extra spot here. Let's add more.
Nice.
Like the way they do it is just like when I was putting some of these together for the first time, it's actually fairly frustrating though, because the pieces are falling off. You want to play with it, and as you get moving it around, the back falls off or something, but they're not bad. Like I was saying, like you get love the Bronco. You get like a Roman Optimus Prime. I mean, like I couldn't stop. And he's got a little smokestack piece too that's gold, because
Black Arachnia is actually
arachnid. Arachnid. I think
I'll give you that.
Means air arachnid. Okay, so I didn't know that. Thank you for that one. Because Black Arachnid was black and yellow. That is correct. I just dropped this. Oh, there it is. Roman. Oh, this part too is really cool. The leaf on his Roman helmet actually comes off too.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I should give you a good shot of his chest there. You'll like that. It's got like Roman garm on the front of a truck.
Oh,
you got
man,
there?
I just knocked that piece out. What a pain that is. That's the only part, Brian, I don't like is this.
When
these
you rolled
weird
off?
pieces here. It feels like there should be a better way to do what they were trying to do.
But if you look, he's got like the Roman garm in the truck style on the front of him. I don't know how good I can get it, but less light is better. Yeah.
Now, see, I gotta admit, if I saw that in a store, I don't think I'd be spending money. Like, if that's what they showed me, I don't know. And I love that stuff.
This guy is from like the original show, one of the first ones, Spectre, or
no, that's the microscope one.
Yeah, that guy.
Jesus.
Spectral or Spectre or something like that. Like Perspector.
Perspector. That sounds right.
Spectre. We got TF and Paige here correcting me every name.
Oh,
I
yeah.
call
Well, no, that's.
I'm loving
I mean,
it.
honestly, you could just do a stream, bring him on.
I'm really just guessing for the most. Look at the case. So this is a 3-piece.
Actually, he should be hosting a Transformers stream, and we go on his show.
They gave Perceptor the head of Vortex. Yes, Vortex. I have an action figure of Vortex. Now this guy has like 3 pieces to make up a gun, which also like go into his body to make him the jet. But I'm 100% sure that this is Starfire or Jetfire, the one that was trapped in ice in the original series, and then Starscream goes, "Yeah, you should join us. We're the team to join." And then he does, and then he changes over to the good guys, and then he disappears from the series for a long time. He's my favorite. He was a scientist or something, but he was this really cool airplane. You can tell me what airplane this was.
I think my favorite all-time Transformer was still Jetfire.
Is that the white one?
Yeah, the white and red. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's who that's supposed to be.
The one that was basically a rip-off of the Robotech Macross one, but they had to make them different.
Yeah, so, okay, I'm 100% sure that's who this is supposed to be, and I think that's my favorite guy as well. And then this one I think is like Silverbolt or something like that. He's like supposed to be a wolf character.
Okay.
Oh shit! But he came with that really cool claw piece and a sword for his tail that he could make, and he had some funky looking print, and also this alternate head helmet piece, which actually looks like a lame excuse for a wolf or something. I gotta block my light; it's too intense. It's supposed to look like a wolf head or something on there. I don't know how that's supposed to.
Scatter maybe shot, but it's based on Jetfire. The white one.
Yeah, the Jetfire one, yeah. But this one also has this ability. This headpiece also has the ability to click on the front. So you can be like walking around with a little wolf mask.
I actually thought this figure was defective, but it looks like it's supposed to have like a dirt mark or grease
on his face. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice.
I go, oh shit, I got a defect on there, but no, that's actually a print.
Seacon or
oh, and there we go.
A later Decepticon. Oh, a later Decepticon, maybe. Yeah, he doesn't have an emblem on him, so this Optimus is like a pirate Optimus, not too far from the other Optimuses, so. Just kind of cool. And then this combiner stuff. This was pretty dope looking. So in the box, you can build like the 5 different figures, or you can put them all together with a little bit of bricking and get this massive monstrosity of falling apartness. But, I mean, it looks super cool. He had like a dinosaur head, and he had a tail with another head on it. And then he had the feet with the, there's a body for each, like a whole figure for each foot, just plugged in there. You see that? It's just like figures sitting there. And then the arm is just another figure bricked up. Same with the other arm. His fingers are the legs.
Nice.
Is a little fragile, but and then there's so I can't remember. He'll tell us there. He'll tell us in the comments there what combiner
one
that.
Is either. Oh no, sorry. Yeah,
that's a different. Yeah. But this was the I think the Constructicon combiner or whatever it was. No, the Dino combiner. That was the Dino combiner.
Grimstone.
Grimstone. Yeah, you know, Grimlock was the head of the Dinobots, so Grimstone would be the combiner. And then this one
Dude, there's so much I don't know about this
stuff. Don't tell me what this one is yet. Don't tell me what this one is. It's Devastator. Devastator. Tell me I'm right on that. This one's got to be Devastator. It's the only one I'm going to remember properly. If I'm wrong about this.
Why? Because it's all construction-looking stuff on them?
Yeah. No. Dang it. I'm totally
wrong. Devastator
again,
was construction equipment, wasn't it?
Damn it. Originally? You're right. That's
By the way, I had the coolest. Well, it was Chinese Lego, but it was.
This one has the door.
And instead of 6, it was 7. They actually made a 7th thing. It was all there. Oh, Bruticus. There you go.
Bruticus. Dang it! I knew it. I knew I was going to be wrong again. Bruticus. Yeah, he's pretty dope. Yeah, the Creo figures, 100%. Like, I thought these were the coolest thing.
I wish I could do this all night, Kevin. I gotta get up for work in 6 hours.
Oh, jeez. No, I'm done there. That was the last.
Well, yeah, because my
was the
company
last of
didn't
those
post
guys.
any volunteer time off. I keep checking. It's like, nope.
Yep.
So, what the hell's that? Got some blech on my phone.
But yeah, that was all of them. That was all of them, anyways.
It's been
collecting
fun.
them
Thanks
since
for hanging with me, buddy.
Since we're never, yeah, thanks for letting me show off my gobbledygook.
Next
my
time,
table
Brian will clean off the whatever he's hiding on, his face with, and come on.
Right.
He knows where the link is. But yeah, we'll close it down, and let's see. I work tomorrow, unless something pops up in the morning, and tomorrow night I'll probably do something.
Right on.
Won't be a speed champ though.
Yeah.
What?
Or no? Not a speed champ? Oh, okay.
No, it won't be a speed champ tomorrow night. It'll probably be another mega build, and maybe a small one.
Like I was saying, definitely let me know when you go to do the Optimus Mega Construct, because I'll pull out my...
oh, yeah. That's literally going to be at the end of all the cars?
Yeah, that's fine. But I'll pull out that Megatron. I might even send that one to you if you're going to keep Optimus in your collection. I'll send you that one because it's just sitting in storage. It's wasting away. He's so cool though, because does yours do the 2-in-1 too, so you can turn him back into a robot? You can fight as a robot and a transport?
Which one, the Creo or the...
Creo, yeah. Yeah, what's your Creo build?
I'm pretty sure it transforms.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But I'll basically get through all the cars. Prime will probably be the last car I do. And then that'll be my gateway into doing robots. Because then I'll do Prime. Then I'll do... Dude. Have you seen these? Like, I know some people are sick of the Sluban cars I've been doing, but Sluban robots?
Like brick built?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's cool.
That's the box it's in too.
That's huge. That's pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, 500 whatever pieces, but I've built 4 of these guys in the past.
Oh.
And they were amazing. These are all Pacific Rim.
Yeah. All those type of different things. Oh, did they not do Overwatch as well or no? Just Pacific Rim.
Overwatch Lego did.
Oh, that's right.
This is Sluban Chinese stuff, but it's like
Pacific. Oh, that was Pacific. I was trying to figure out why that was familiar. It's a movie.
Yeah, I don't know which movie, but
Pacific Rim that you were saying. I loved that movie
because there was 2 of them, and I don't know which one these are lifted from. But by the way, official licenses or the first ones were. I don't know what these ones are.
JB, awesome. Hey, buddy. It looks like we're just closing out. You caught us just in time.
Oh yeah, JB, your timing sucks, dude. Literally, as I'm about to turn off and I get distracted because I'm like a cat with shiny stuff.
What's that orange there? Is that just brick separators sitting on a shelf there? Or what?
Oh, it's just like, I don't know, 50 separators.
Okay, I couldn't tell if it just is optical illusion is messing with my head for a second. Like, what has he got on there?
Yeah, I just
I think I've seen that. Okay, yeah, I have seen that before. Yeah, that's too cool.
If you get enough of them, you do some cool stuff with them. But these are all the ones I have out right now. When I get twice that, I always bin them.
I always think there's something cool I can build with these, and then I get like halfway into building something out of it, and I'm like, that looks so dumb.
Just looks like a brick separator. Was, a train platform. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen done with them.
And was it the one where these were? I saw one where somebody took the nub off, and they were using these like a conveyor or something. But other than that, I haven't really seen too much done.
Oh, I don't know if I'd want to chew them up. I just think it's hilarious. Lego puts a limit on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think, only order 2 or 3 online. Like, is this a problem? Have people been ordering too many brick separators from Lego stores or Lego online? All right. I'm absolutely shutting down. Thanks for hanging,
Me
Kevin.
too. Yeah, I'm out. Thank
JB,
you.
Loose Moose, T-Fan, Eileen, who should already be in bed,
Eileen.
and everyone else.
Big
David's
Nate,
Work
GLS,
Studios.
David.
Big Nate. Yeah, Crayon Land left us earlier. Greg, everyone. Thanks for hanging. Peace.
Peace.